All right, chat. Let me make sure my sound's good though. 1, 2, 3, test, test. We got sound. We're good, man. We're good. How we doing? Man, okay, real quick, let's just get right into it because I don't know when Easy's gonna jump in here, but I think it's gonna be pretty soon. Y'all read the title, even though the title was completely messed up. I changed it like 3 times. We're doing a round one mock draft today. And this was Easy's idea. He was like, yo, we should do like kind of a back and forth thing. I think we've done this in the past, like with Rad, usually much closer to the draft. So this is gonna be a I'm gonna predict right now this is gonna be a disaster. But we're gonna do it. So we're gonna have some fun with it. But also, before Easy jumps in here, I did want to well, first off, we're a little bit past the time I scheduled, so that's on me. But because of that, I was like, hey, let me update the salary cap moves that were made, and then we'll have him jump in and we'll start kind of this mock draft thing. So, how y'all doing? It's good to see y'all in here. My man Joshua, Hungry Panda's in the building. Is this my man? Yes, sir, it is. John Kapler's in the building. Hey, Mile Marker, Jordy. What's up, Jordy? How you doing? Brandon's here. So let's start there first. This is just a quick little update, and then we'll get to the main deal today. Giovanni's in the building. All right, first off, Kevin Zeitler officially signed. I'm sure everybody knows about that, but yesterday we did the video, and I was like, should I put a second video out for the same kind of news? It's like, I don't really know. I decided not to because I was trying to get prepared for this. So I decided not to. I was like, let me hold off, do some homework too. But Kevin Zeitler is officially a Detroit Lion. So that was according to Adam Schefter today. Bam. All right, let's start with that news. That's the big news. What up, Jesse? What up, Nick? Guys, how we doing, man? How we doing? How we get Zeitler so cheap? So this is a good question. Now, I don't know if you've seen the official numbers or not yet. What I saw is that the projection was that it's like, what they say, 6 million. I think they said like a $6 million base could be the number. So I don't know if that's like, if they're like saying that that's going to be like closer to his cap it, or that's the total money, or if that's base salary. I mean, if that's base salary, that's going to be kind of expensive. So I don't really know. Jordy, you might have a number that I have not seen yet. So please let me know if I'm off on that. But I did hear that number, and I was like, okay, that could be really cheap. But here's what honestly shocked me about the salary cap. And again, if you're just joining, we're going to get this thing rolling pretty soon. Easy's getting set up over there. But I wanted to start with this. So we did this salary cap update video like, shoot, I don't even know, a couple days ago, right? Oh, there's Easy in the background. That's kind of creepy. All right, we did the salary cap update video. Yo, what up, K-Guz? What up, man? I know I'm saying that wrong. 6 million is right. Okay, that's what I saw. So if that's like, if that's like the cap hit, which it could be, maybe that is kind of the cap number we're going to expect, and then that pushes us close to like 20 million in cap space, and then there's some void years on there. So maybe that's what they're saying. If that's the total number, that's insane. All right, if that's total number, who cares? How just be happy. I'm very happy. But I did want to show this because this was something that I honestly I completely undershot this, man, because I was like saying, we could be a little bit over 20 million on the high end. And look at the Lions before the Kevin Zeitler move. And I was talking about after the DJ Reader details came in, and same thing with Davenport. And after DJ Reader and Marcus Davenport, this still doesn't include Khalil Dorsey, still does not include Donovan Peoples-Jones, and it still does not include Scott Daly. But all of those are going to be on the cheaper side of things. Still 27.3 million in cap space, according to Over the Cap, which would be 10th in the NFL in cap space. All right. How you doing, man? 10th in the NFL in cap space. So I wanted to start there because that's just the Lions doing their thing. But if you're asking, well, how did the Lions do it? Josh B, what up, though? I see you, man. If you're asking how the Lions did it, well, we'll do a quick little update. I don't want to do a full breakdown here because we'll be here for a long time. And, like I said, Easy's probably going to join here any second now. So we'll take a look, though, real quick. You can see with DJ Reader, they did the same thing. Not the same thing, but they did something similar with Marcus Davenport, too. Of course, they utilized the void years. You can see they spread this thing way out. 3 void years on his contract, spreading out that signing bonus that we have here with DJ Reader. As usual, the base salary is extremely low. The cap, it's only $5.8 million this upcoming season. So that's a major reason. Also, according to this 2-year, $22 million is the contract that he got here with the Detroit Lions. All right. So as you can see, kind of as usual, the Detroit Lions low cap hit in the first year. Now, I also wanted to show, and there's more details to this that we can go into depending on how much time. I'm just kind of trying to fly through this. Like we can go into just a little bit more of the detail side of things, but I'm just going to do a quick little brief overview. Marcus Davenport similarly also threw on a void year to his contract 2025. And as you can see right here, again, just spreading out that signing bonus base salary, I think that might be a minimum. It's close to a minimum, $3.4 million cap hit, this upcoming season. $3 million of that was guaranteed at signing from what we know. So that's the big thing there. And also, I would say the other thing with DJ Reader to touch on is that DJ Reader's, what was it? Man, I had a huge page. I think it was DJ Reader's. Let me go to the details. I can go to my book here. I believe it's that in 2025, right, the Detroit Lions have a certain amount of money that's going to become guaranteed, but I'll get those details later. We'll worry about that later. The fact is the Lions do what they normally do. They put some void years on those deals. What up, Ken? How you doing, man? Thomas, how you doing? So yeah, anybody that's just joining, man, what we're going to be doing tonight is we're doing a first round mock draft with Speakeasy. And the plan is that this is going to be kind of a back and forth mock draft. I don't know what the official name for that is, but I guess the way that we're going with it is like, I don't know. Someone makes the first pick, next guy makes the second pick, and we do that through the first round. I know we've done it before. We've done it with Rad before. We're going to do that with Easy. And like I said, because this is the first one, it's probably going to be a disaster, at least on my end. All right. It's probably going to be a disaster. One, I've tried to, I don't want to draft anybody that I haven't seen. At least some of, okay, that I don't have some notes on. So that's the first thing, okay? That's the first thing. And I tried to get a really good sense on most of the top prospects. All right. So that's the first thing to start with. But some guys I just haven't watched as many as others. And my take now could absolutely change. You making trades? That's a good question. This is what I was going to ask him. I don't know. And here's the problem with that, right? We may not because it's the first one. I think that this one might just be straight through. We'll see. We'll see what he wants to do. But this one might just be like straight normal, even though that doesn't usually last. You know, teams are going to move around. But just to kind of keep it kind of like vanilla. That way when we revisit this, because I think we're trying to do this like every single week at least. And I definitely want to mix in some Lion-specific ones with Easy as well. Maybe we could do this just Lions only back and forth. But we know there's going to be trades, but if we keep it kind of vanilla with this one, then we can come back and I think we can kind of like spice it up a little bit in our next one. I don't know though. I mean, teams like the Vikings, it feels like they're probably going to trade up. Maybe not, but it feels like they're probably going to trade up. The whole quarterback situation. I mean, now it doesn't feel like the Bears are going to trade up, so I guess we don't have to really worry about that. But teams like the Vikings feel like they will. I got to assume the Vikings are moving up. Now, I mean, maybe there's a scenario where they don't. Like, I don't know if this is true, but I believe in the past, recently, we had a team do something similar where they traded up for a draft pick before the draft and it was like, oh, they're going to move up during draft night or whatever. And then it didn't happen. They just kind of sat still. I could be wrong on that, but I believe that did happen. I believe it did. So I guess there's a possibility that it doesn't. I mean, I don't know. Like, let's say they're like Michael Penix at 23. They could just take Michael Penix at 23, probably. I mean, I'm not saying they actually do like that player, but they probably could. So I guess if you're going into the guys that have been getting the top end buzz, like now JJ McCarthy, that's why I put him on the thumbnail, or, you know, you're not going to get Caleb Williams, but Drake May, maybe potentially Jaden Daniels. Like, you get to those kind of guys, you're probably going to have to trade up. With that being said, though, quarterbacks is my weakest spot right now. So I don't have like set in stone takes on quarterbacks whatsoever. All right, let me make that clear. Okay, make that clear. And I think that's okay. Especially because I don't think we're going to take one, at least not in the first round. What up, Michael? How you doing, man? Amon Ra wants 32 to 35 million. Amon Ra can get it. Hold up. Amon Ra can get his money. All right. I see he's on that new receiver special, so I would think he'd be like, hey, let me take a little bit less. I've got that TV money coming in. But Amon Ra, he's going to be top of the market anyways. What's 2 to 3 million? You know what I mean? Go pay the guy. Hey, maybe that last year we just make it a super high number and we kind of like inflate that number like they did with Tyreek Hill. Do what you got to do. Let's pay the man. Okay, let me see. Jordy says, nice. I think you're talking about the draft idea. Keon Coleman. I know you want Keon Coleman, Hungry Panda. I think he's actually, see, this is something that I should get out. Hold up. Make sure I got my right notebook. So this one has a lot of the news. Oh, snap. Okay. Make sure I get my right notebook. I got a couple here that I need to have out for this. See, this is that old-fashioned stuff, man. Hope to see you. There we go. All right. Test. Yeah, we should be good. Oh, yo, y'all don't see it. Easy just joined in the background, bro. I can't put that one on the screen. Won't let me add it because device is not connected. But we do have this. Oh, that was scary. I'm gonna wait till he like pops on screen and then I'll throw him in here because I can't see him yet. All right, we'll get to that, bro. We'll get to that. Okay. Yeah. Let me get this one out of here. Should I ban it? I don't know. It might be okay. He got it out of there. It's fine. How much do you think Aleem will get next year? 20+ million, I say. I would. I mean, shoot. After the year, he'll probably have. He might be. I would say at this point, I don't think he'd get 20+ million. I don't think he would. Maybe after this year, though. Maybe after this year when he goes crazy. Unless he gets paid before that. I want Chop Robinson, bro. Hey, I get it. I like Chop Robinson too. I wouldn't say I'm like all in like that, but I like him too. All right. Get him settling in with the mic.
Is it echoing?
No.
Oh,
Dude,
we got it.
You sound good.
All right.
I mean, yeah.
I'll make the camera look good too.
Okay.
Let's look at my tits.
Hey, you look good. You look good. You sound good. We're glad. Hey, yo, I saw the other name that popped in.
Yeah, man, I was pretty frustrated. Sorry about that.
No, I get it. It's all good. It gave us a little bit of time. What's up, Crazy Clown? How you doing? So, while you're setting that up, Easy, are we planning on not doing trades or doing trades for the first one?
Ooh.
What is your vision?
You gotta do trades, right?
You gotta do trades. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I think. I'm gonna see this way, maybe.
Chad, it's gonna be a disaster, bro.
What?
Hey, this is gonna be a disaster. This first one's gonna be terrible, Easy. I'm already laying it up there.
Why?
I don't know. This isn't gonna go well, man. I'm excited. It just I don't think this is gonna go well. All right. I mean, I'll be honest. First off, like I said, I like Reese's quarterback. I know the quarterbacks, but I don't really have like strong takes on them. So I'm like kind of open to a lot of things. I was actually watching JJ McCarthy before I got on here. That way I could say some stuff. Yeah, I was like, let me have some notes, man. I just wanted some notes. Just a few notes that I could throw out there on the guy. So,
God, why is it so bright? Oh, well.
By the way, I'm taking him at 29 if he's there. All right. Romeo is a rotational player, not a starter. Oh, you talking about Quora? Okay, I thought you were talking about the receiver. I got you.
All right, you know what? I'm gonna join from another link too, but just so I can see the screen. Is that
okay?
Cool? Just don't put the thing in. I won't give it a bad name.
Mute myself. All right. That's all right.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. Ooh, why is the beat speeding up on me like that?
Wait, what? What's happening?
I think it's for some reason when I click something, the beat starts to speed up in my ears. I don't know why. I don't know what that is. You're good. It's not that you're good. You're good.
Is it me?
No. It's
I could join from my laptop if it's messing up.
No. It's on my end. I don't know why it does it. It sounds cool, but no one else gets to hear it.
Oh.
Giants should trade up to 40 get McCarthy. Giants are at 6. Yeah, I'm winging this too easy. I mean, like, because the way that we're doing this, I didn't want to like map out like I'm gonna take this guy here if he's here. So I'm just being like, so I'm like, all right, this is gonna be like on the fly. This is gonna be fun,
so
man.
we're doing like every other pick, right? Like you're number 1, I'm number 2, you're number 3.
Yeah.
All right, I'm excited to do this.
Nice. All right, I'm excited for 2.0 to be honest. I'm excited for 2.0. This feels like that baby step we need to take. Like this just has to be a mess. Next one will be better. Because I can remember me and Rad did this, and we did it much closer to the draft, and it was a disaster doing it live. It was fun, but it was a mess when we got to the end of the round. It was different because we weren't like looking at end of the round prospects. This year's flipped, where I'm not looking at the top guys. I'm only looking at like the middle to back end. So like the top guys, I don't know. We'll see, man. Holmes' first free agent signing. Wait, what? Holmes' first free agent signing? Campbell never on the same page with him? All right, I don't know what that's about. Okay.
All right, now I can at least see the screen. All right.
Okay, and then I'm gonna use. I have Pro Football Focus pulled up, so I'll just use theirs.
I bet.
Okay. Yeah, do you have a preference on that, or is
no? That's actually the one I use too. So
cool. All right, cool.
Works out.
I think it's the. I mean, shoot. Yeah. Okay. Let me zoom in a little bit on that. Ooh, that kind of looks good. I like that. Wait a minute.
Yeah, I like that. It's very, very seeable.
Yo, if I keep on my. All right. Okay, let me make some audios good. All right, so here's the thing now. Who goes first? Are you planning on?
That's a good question.
Yeah, or should we like flip a coin or something?
Do you have access to like a YouTube chat poll? Will it let you do that?
I can do that. I think I can do that. Yeah. Let me do it right now. All right.
Thank you. I also don't matter to me as well.
I think I'd prefer the first pick. It's a lot easier.
Yeah, that's fair. You go first if you want.
I'm gonna let the chat decide, man. This is the perks of being live. I'm gonna throw it out there. I don't use these enough anyway, so I just threw it up there. I'll give it like 30 seconds. Let's see, chat. Let us know. Don't let easy draft use Constanza logic and do the opposite of what he do. I don't even know what Constanza logic is. That's too big of a word for me.
It's
I
I don't know.
like I can use the context clues, and I got what you're saying, but I don't even know if that's a real word. I just read it though. I like Braswell, Max Melton. What at 29? Man, Melton at 29 feels crazy. Okay, dang,
right.
they're pretty split. All right, let's see where we're at. I'm gonna end
What,
the poll.
did you do a poll? Or is it like a?
It was a poll, yeah.
What do you want me to vote for? I'll go vote right now.
Dang, I ain't gonna lie. I think I just ended it.
I bet. Who won?
I don't know. I don't know where. Oh, here we go.
You
won.
won
I got
55%.
All right, let's do it.
Your first pick.
Let's do it. All right, here we go, chat.
All right.
So we're gonna make this simple. Marvin Harrison. Now look, I'm gonna give my explanation for this one.
Wait. What?
EJ, this is how we're getting it started, Brad. I mean, not Brad. I'm sorry. We're getting started easy, but we gotta get it started with the bang. This is the way I'm looking at it, right? It's like 1.0. Let's get it going right.
Okay.
I think if you look at this, they traded away Fields, but everybody's overlooking Tyson Bagent. And when we saw him step in this past season, you could no, but, all right, we'll go. Okay, Caleb Williams, number one. I'm not gonna talk about Caleb Williams, man. I'm just gonna leave it there. We'll take Caleb Williams.
Yeah, that's like a consensus thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna zoom out a little bit though, so you can see the players available, and then you just let me know. Scroll around,
all right.
whatever I gotta do.
Washington's taking a quarterback. Like, how do they not take a quarterback? They have because you just got them look at the cap space, right? Or is that just for the Detroit Lions?
I was just looking at the Lions cap space.
We got like 27 mil.
27 million, 10th in the NFL.
Hey man, all right, real quick before we do the draft pick, just for the Lions' sake, we could still grab with the 27 million. I mean, I think we talked about this anyway. But roster cuts at training camp and then trade deadline too. If Brad feels that close, that's just I want to get that out of the way. But give me Caleb or give me Drake May. Drake May from the Washington Commanders. They need a quarterback. He'll sit 1 year behind. Who they just signed somebody. Was it
Commanders? Yeah, they just traded Howell away.
Yeah, they traded Howell away and they signed Marcus Mariota. If I'm not mistaken.
Gotcha. Okay.
Pretty
Wait,
sure.
so you think he's gonna sit behind Mariota?
I mean, maybe for like the first 2 games, right? I mean, I could be wrong, but no, you can't pass up on a quarterback unless somebody's trying to give you king's ransom. But you'd be that somebody, so maybe I don't know. No, I'm taking Drake May.
Hey, I'm not bad at it. I like you. Take Drake May. I'm telling you that if I was the second pick on 1.0, I would have taken Jaden Daniels here personally.
Okay.
So the fact that he's still available, like now, I want to ask you this because I don't know if you're just. I think I know how you're doing this, or like we're kind of doing a little bit of both. But are you kind of doing this as like, okay, if I was the team here, I'd take this, or are you kind of trying to play more into the projection side? Like I'm predicting they'll do this. It's kind of hard to answer that question, but
yeah, I guess I was doing the. I kind of do a little bit of both, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, I think you can do both.
Fair?
I think you can. Yeah, I think you can do both. As long as you like break it down, I think you could do both sides of it. Like, yeah, I think you can do both because now I'm on New England. And New England's quarterback situation, it makes sense that they would draft a quarterback here. They moved off Mac Jones.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, bro, you got Marvin Harrison there, and their receivers have been dreadful for a long time. I don't know. This feels like a weird pick at this spot because really wherever I go, it doesn't really feel like a Patriots pick unless for some reason I just like, hey, let me go get Joe Alt, plug him in. Let me just grab a tackle for some reason. This is a tough one. I think looking at the Patriots side of things, they need to get better as a team, but my goodness, they don't have a quarterback. And I think when you're picking at 3 with that defense, I think their hope is that they're going to get better and they're going to start to pull out of that a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what, man? I'm gonna take Marvin Harrison right here. I'm gonna take Marvin Harrison at 3.
Wow.
Yeah, I was trying to talk myself into it, but I just think from the Patriots side of things, like one, best receiver in the class. The receivers have been awful for really their weapons in general. They haven't had a legit weapon anywhere on the field. They need someone that's just legit for that team. And I think for quarterback, like they don't have their long-term answer whatsoever. But at the same time, I think they have a real legit defense. They got things that they can build around there.
Yeah.
So I think the Patriot way, they'll kind of let that come to them rather than racing to go make that selection. So I'll go with the top receiver there.
I don't hate it, honestly.
Okay. Sounds a little bit of hate. I felt a little bit of heat.
No, I don't hate it at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's not what you would have done though. You'd have taken the quarterback.
I would have shopped the pick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But how's this work? Because I'm evens, right?
You're right. Yeah, you're up next, man.
So like none of the teams I would have had would have wanted to move up to 3. Or yeah. I don't think so, at least. At number 4, at number 4, to be honest with you, I was expecting Marvin Harrison Jr. to be there, but he's not. But Cardinals have 0 wide receivers. I feel like Malik Neighbors is kind of in that same class. I mean, I just saw. Did you see Chris Sims rank him the number 1 wide receiver in the draft class?
I did not know.
He ranked him over Marvin.
I believe
Harrison.
it.
Yeah, I mean, he does that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But now that you took the best off the board, I'm wondering if I should grab a tackle to protect Kyler Murray.
Mm-hmm. I definitely threw you off with this one. I'm going to ask you this
though. I like that though because now I'm thinking.
So if
my gears are turning here a little bit.
Mm-hmm. You want me to like scroll through, man?
Yeah, I guess because you're the odds, right?
Yeah.
And then
yeah.
So do you think Minnesota wants to trade up for a quarterback?
Ooh. So they acquired pick 23, but they also have. Wait, when is their other pick though? Okay, 11. That's right.
Yeah, they're 11 and 23.
See, that's my thing. I feel like I don't know. Like, there's only really 2 ways I can look at this. Either one, they'd be satisfied with taking a guy like Penix at the end of the first round. So they would just say, we just want that 23rd pick to do that. And I could see that being a real thing. At 11, we just go add another big time piece, like, for example, pass rusher, which they could use, but they kind of address that. So for them, maybe cornerback. I mean, their cornerback position's been kind of weak for a while now. But I don't know. I think it's fair to believe that they would want to trade up based on what they've done. I think most people believe that.
So in this draft scenario, you would have that pick 11. So I'm gonna call you as the Cardinals GM right now.
Oh, I like what you're doing here. Okay.
Hey,
yeah.
What's his name? Mincy Kudofa. How do you say his name? Quasimodo.
Yo, Quessy.
Yeah, name. That's you. That's your name.
I'm Quessy, man. I feel so disrespected. I'm about to hang up the phone.
Sorry, Quessy. I'm so sorry. I got your name wrong. Negotiating tactic, by the way. You get to earn the respect here.
Okay.
Would you like to move up to 4? Because Jaden Daniels, Heisman Trophy winner, he's still on the board with the JJ McCarthy. I mean, we got the Chargers right behind me and Jim Harbaugh. Like, it might take him.
It's true. You know what? I'm intrigued.
Talk to me nice.
So here would be my retaliation. If I gave you that 11, you know what I'm saying? I gave you that 23 because we did acquire that for a reason. Could I see a 3rd round pick fly back my way this year?
Ooh. I don't know about a 3rd. It's kind of steep.
Because you got to understand now. You got to understand what I'm saying here.
Yeah.
Right? We got options. You know what I mean? We got options. This is something I feel like I need to force. I'll take a quarterback at 11 if I have to. All I'm worried about, to be honest with you, and I don't know your name because I don't know the Cardinals GM name.
I don't know my name either, to be honest with you.
Cliff Kingsbury. To be honest with you, man, the only team I'm worried about at this point, I'm not worried about Tennessee. They like Will Levis, I think. I'm not worried about Atlanta. So to what you said, it's about Denver, right?
Yeah.
Or not even Denver. I'm in front of Denver. Heck, I forgot the draft order for a second there. I'm not worried about a lot right now. All right, Cliff, I'm not worried about a lot. So what I'm saying is I need to see a solid return. I'm not giving you a large haul for this.
Okay. How about this? I have
Mr. Cardinals.
I'll throw you a 4th round pick.
And you want 2 first?
Yeah. And that way you could jump in front of New York before they grab Jaden Daniels. Unless you like JJ McCarthy.
See, that's the question that you don't know. You don't know who I like.
I shouldn't have said that. That way you beat these guys to quarterback because
I'm gonna be honest with you. Jones. I'm gonna cut you straight right here. We'll just leave it right here.
Okay.
I need to see that 3rd round pick back, or lose my number.
Okay. With the 4th overall pick, the Cardinals select Malik Neighbors. Don't call me at any point in the rest of this draft because I have a 2nd first round pick too, I think.
Okay.
I'm at 27.
Look, Cardinals fans are gonna love me, man. I think, or not Cardinals fans. I'm sorry, some Vikings fans. You got to be stingy, man. We like multiple quarterbacks, so we
know?
feel good about what we got going on. Now, hold up. Can I trade with myself? Hold up. I mean, got to make a couple in-house calls here. That might be what has to take place.
Yeah, chat. Should we be allowed to trade ourselves? Does the other person just play the other GM at that point?
I won't do that. I won't do that. I won't trade
Okay.
myself. Not here, at least. But I do think the LA Chargers feels like a real interesting spot to move.
Yeah.
Like, because I mean, look at the board now. It's like, okay, I could take Roma Dunze, right? And I like him. I don't know that I love him necessarily, but I could see especially Roma Dunze fits what the Chargers have had for years with his size. Like he fits in to what they seemingly like in terms of their weapons. But if they weren't in love with that, once you get to this spot, and if the draft board were to not move, like the LA Chargers, I would be thinking, be like, okay, we'd be willing to move out of this. Absolutely. Like, let's get a reset here.
Yeah, I mean, I forget, I don't know, Mr. Chargers, GM.
Yeah.
I feel like I try to have that same conversation with Kwesi.
Yeah.
Like, come beat the Giants to the quarterback. But if not, for some reason, I've always felt like Brock Bowers is a Charger. I just feel like 5 is kind of high for tight end. I don't care how good the prospect is. I've never been comfortable drafting tight ends that high. It's always been kind of crazy to me.
Well, I'm not saying they're the same, but we did see Kyle Pitts. What do you go, number 8? I think Kyle Pitts was like 8.
And how'd it work out?
Well, I guess we're about to find out. In fairness to him, we're about to find out. But that is a good point. That is a good point. I do think Brock Bowers is he's a little bit built different. So let me say this: if I can't trade, oh goodness, I don't feel like I need Jawalt with Slater at left tackle. I mean, could I move some things around there? Maybe put him at the other tackle position. I could consider that. He probably has the flexibility to do it. See, I've seen the guy line up on the right side of the offensive line. I'll tell you this, man. If I can't trade, I'm going to make my selection here. But I do feel like this. So do you want to play the other team? You want to play the Vikings here, actually? Because I do think that this would be, because now you're moving directly in front of the Giants. This would be a good landing spot to move up.
Yeah, I could. Yeah. And then you know what? Actually, I'll start up another one. That way I can see all the picks that.
Here, I'll do this.
That
right here. What we're looking at.
Have.
Yeah, so chat, I know it's a little bit small. If you get a Sewell tackle type, are you saying take the tackle if you get a Sewell? Well, here's what I'm saying, chat. I'm saying if I'm sitting here and I'm not moving, I'm probably in this spot. I can see why he's saying Brock Bowers, and it would also make sense with Harbaugh that he'd want a big time tight end. I would understand that, but I'm probably taking Joe Alt. I think there's flexibility there. I'm just putting 2 legit tackles together, and we're just. I mean, look, he doesn't give me like the grinder type of vibe as an offensive lineman, but I still get 2 nasty offensive tackles, and I'm not mad at that. But I like the trade idea.
I'll call you as Kwesi the hard ass. You just told Mr. Cardinals, his name is Monty, who also has a weird last name.
Okay, so wait, who's the Chargers dude?
So your Chargers.
Okay. Oh wait, who am I?
Your Chargers, I'll call as the Vikings. You can tell me no or whatever.
Okay.
It's still your pick, but just for some fun here, right? Because the Vikings grabbed that extra pick for something,
right?
I think New York's probably going to take a quarterback here. It's number 1 on their needs according to this simulator. How about I give you 11 and 23? You're only moving 6 spots back. You'll still get a tackle, and you just give me 5 and a third.
So here's what I'll say. I'll give you,
Yeah.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, 105. I'll give you 105. We'll make that happen.
All right. I like that.
All right. Let's make it happen. There's the trade. I don't know if it can like decline the trade. I'm gonna be honest. So
I think you can force it.
Okay, that's good. That's good to know. All right. So the trade's made. So now
you
is
pick
this
it.
now your pick? Or, okay, I'll make
anyway. So all right. So you.
So if you're doing this, you have to go the quarterback position. Like you can't trade up and not take quarterback here. So I'm gonna take quarterback. We're gonna take JJ McCarthy.
I like it. I feel like that's our guy, honestly.
You know what, man? Like, and I mean, again, this could be recency bias a little bit with him because I'm not saying like this would be. I'm not saying I would do this necessarily, but I think for Minnesota's side of things, like. You get more of an athlete than you get with Kirk Cousins. So you get a little more outside of the box athleticism, which could intrigue them. But I think at the same time, you also still get a guy that you talk about all these quarterbacks that are coming out like NFL style, kind of like NFL legitimately ready that could actually play right away, even though he may have like some inconsistencies or some like what the heck was that type of decision. He does feel like he checks it. He's much more of a pro style feeling quarterback. And he's also, I mean, he does all like the little things that you always like love about like, oh, he stands in and delivers the ball, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna take him there at 5, and we'll go get a big time athlete. And we're okay with him needing a little bit of time because we got that man Sam Darnold.
Yeah, and I mean, throwing the run. And I think and this is not that I discovered myself. This is something was copying from somebody I heard. But like the moments he was asked to throw, like on third downs, he was like pretty consistent. So and like you get Sam Darnold from the sit behind, who's also like kind of mobile. Not obviously. I think JJ's more mobile, but there's some relatability. I mean, I don't know. He's gonna send me a year because he's only 21 years old for Pete's sake.
Right. Yeah. I mean, he was. I mean, last game I watched was him against Alabama, and he misses some throws, but I do like I said, like he stands in the pocket. He delivers some big time throws in that game specifically when they needed to have it. And like all the arm velocity, all those things that are like just check the box, big arm, that kind of thing. Like he does check all those boxes. He made big time throws pretty much every big time game that he was asked to what you just pointed out. So we'll take him. We'll take McCarthy. All right. So back to you, Easy.
All right.
With the Giants.
New York is on the clock.
Yeah, I feel that actually highlighter because I want to root for McCarthy, not root against him. So yeah, stay away.
So the clock striked where I'm just locked into paying Daniel Jones this year, if I'm not mistaken. $35 million. 35 fat ones. So I'm not getting rid of him.
Okay.
So I'm actually going to give the kid one last chance to prove himself and for me to prove myself as a GM. And I'm going to grab Rome Odunze.
Ooh.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to grab Rome Odunze.
My bad. Did I click that too fast? We can reset that.
No.
Okay. Make sure you felt good about that one. Rome Odunze over quarterback though? Like even if they're locked into paying him this year, like you think, like I mean, I look at it from like the Brian Dable spot. No, you kind of feel like in a way he's like, bro, give me a dang quarterback. Give me another option.
Yeah. So if I'm Joe, whatever his name is, and Brian Dable, I did win a playoff game against Minnesota in Minnesota.
You did
with Jones. It just couldn't really stay healthy this year. And to be fair to him, even though my coach is an offensive coordinator by trade, I never gave him a receiver to work with. I never really gave him respectable receivers. So I'm locked into paying him either way.
So you're like, okay. Now I want to ask you though, like personally, do you think Daniel Jones could be like a guy if he had much better talent? Like, would you think this would be a smart move for the Giants?
I mean, I obviously don't know like what the personal relationships are like over there, but I feel like if I'm the GM and I'm drafting a quarterback in the first round after I just signed this guy Daniel Jones to a fat deal, if I'm the owner, I want to fire that guy. You know what I'm saying? Like you just wasted so much of my money for no reason. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it'd be a bad look on the GM to draft a quarterback, but I don't believe that Daniel Jones is anything crazy. I think you can win with them, but not in the money you're paying them at the moment. But I think it's only fair you try to prove yourself right here in that deal and just give him a weapon to work with because you did win with him. And you know what? They stacked that defensive line this offseason too.
They did.
So it's like we're just gonna waste a year of that. Like why did we just do that? Just well, I guess Daniel Jones still either way. You still could have gone quarterback. Whatever. I already drafted Roman dudes. Did you click it already?
Hey, this is exactly how the Giants draft room's gonna be. Dang, we already did it, man. We already set the garden. Sorry, we already didn't draft the quarterback. Every time I come here,
if you're the owner and like a guy hired you and you just paid this quarterback, but now you're drafting a new quarterback, I'm gonna think you don't know what the hell you're doing. Why would I let you? You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know.
Do you think though the owner had any play in like bring that dude back?
Oh, like, for sure. Well, I mean, not about bringing him back, but like, if I'm the owner and you're my GM and you just drafted a quarterback after you paid this guy, I'd be pissed. I'd be like, what do you not like? What did I just pay this guy for? You know?
I hear you, man.
And I think they're expecting to pay him. Well, for sure, I think they're locked in this year, if I'm not mistaken. But I think they're expecting to give it a tryout either way, because like, why wouldn't if you're going to go forward with the rookie? Then you should have re-signed Saquon Barkley because that's like the perfect like pacifier for a rookie quarterback as a running back or good running game, I should say. Yeah, right or no? Am I making sense here?
No, I get what you're saying. I get what
In
you're saying.
all honesty, New York
I would
is
have
on
taken the
some wild
quarterback.
stuff either way. They're
Yeah.
doing some
No, I hear you.
goofy-ish.
Okay. Well, we're on to the Titans, man. Pick 7. This is kind of a weird spot, it feels like, too, because I don't hate Will Levis necessarily. I actually thought he flashed a little bit last year at times, but that doesn't mean that this is their answer and that they'll feel that way, especially with the new staff coming in. But the top 3 receivers are already off the board, where we're at right now. I think you could make a case for a Brian Thomas maybe, because again, their receivers have been awful to this point, but they did make the big addition, right? They added Calvin Ridley this offseason. So
Yep. DeAndre Hopkins.
me, it's So it's like, okay, that now where is the balance? Do you say where Jaden Daniels is sitting there, let me get the dang quarterback, or do you say, okay, let's go get a tackle because their offensive line to me is absolutely terrible? Or I guess you could make a case for Brock Bowers too. I mean, it wouldn't hurt for them to still put that guy in this offense. It would be kind of a nasty addition. Their tight end right now is my man's name that I can't pronounce. They've added pieces to them.
Exactly
They've been mid-round pieces. Yeah. So
I'm
go ahead. Say your thing. Do your thing.
I'll grab a tackle. I feel like Levis showed some flashes last year. Keep him upright.
Yeah, I feel that. I'm trying to figure out which tackle I want to go with though. That's where I'm struggling. This is a tough one. I think I'm gonna go with trying to think for their offense because they have Petit Frere at left tackle. So like, are they gonna?
You know what? They just cut their left tackle. They're definitely drafted tackle. They just cut their left tackle like Friday. Last Friday.
They cut Petit Frere?
They cut. I'll tell you who they cut. Hold on. They cut Andre Dillard. Yeah. That's what you said.
Oh, Andre Dillard. Okay. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I don't know. I hear what you're saying. I'm gonna go with Fashiono. I don't know exactly how to pronounce my man's name, but he was one of the guys that I watched early in it, and I know he's a big time left tackle. I liked him a lot early. I think he's super talented, man, and he also still brings a lot more pop to the table. So I think for that old school style, he could really fit in pretty well here. Yeah. So we'll plug him in there. We got Dylan Radins at the other side. So we'll go get a big-time left tackle here. Chat, they wanted to see the board, so I'm going to show them the board. But next up, we got Atlanta, man. So what are you thinking on that one?
Okay, so this one, everyone, because I'm a weirdo, and I do these drafts by myself sometimes too. And every single time I've grabbed Dallas Turner. They got Dan Quinn. Oh, no, he's not the head coach. He's with the Commanders. Who'd they hire? The guy from Tennessee, right?
Oh, Atlanta?
Yeah, who's their head coach?
Yeah, they got the defense coordinator.
Oh yeah, that's right. Raheem Morris. Yeah, give me Dallas Turner.
Okay, I get that.
The speed, the arms. I think he's a lot better than like what he's being viewed as. I don't know why he's kind of getting slept on. He's put up, I mean, combine wise at least, just as great numbers as like some of the guys you classify as like top 5 picks in previous drafts. I don't know why he's getting slept on. Give me Dallas Turner.
Yeah, and he's one of those dudes, man. He's got like big time pop. For a guy that's like, I think he's measured in like sub 250. Like he brings a lot of pop to his game. Also a lot of flexibility, and it feels like we'll have to see with Raheem Morris exactly what that's going to look like. But Atlanta over the years feels like they haven't really figured out that edge position necessarily. Like they've had bodies kind of come in and out there. Yeah. So this does make a lot of sense. You get a lot of flexibility with him here, and I think he's a big time run defender too. So I get this. I don't know that he's my top edge rusher, but I get this pick a lot. Yeah.
Who's your top edge rusher?
I don't want to throw a name because I don't know that I'm like 100% on it now. Like I 100% believe that yet. But I do think Latu's got something to say. I think Latu might have something to say, depending on what you're looking for, because I think they're definitely different styles. One is like, okay, I never see him go speed to power and win that way, right? Latu's super slippery. But at the same time on the flip, so they're definitely different styles.
Yeah.
But I think, yeah, depending on the team, you could buy into the other one. But here's what I will say: I think what Will Anderson did last season from Alabama and what he did immediately in NFL makes a lot of people believe that Dallas Turner's and what his strength is will immediately go into the NFL and it'll perform really well. So if it's anything like that, I think it'll pop. Yeah, you want to buy into that.
The one thing I heard about Latu,
Yeah,
where like I think with him, it's like the floor. He probably has the highest floor out of all the edge rushers for sure. But they said like in college because he had that he retired medically at one point before he came back.
right. Yep.
And he at that point though he was just like a more skilled, older player going against less skilled guys at that point. You know what I'm saying? Like he was just like I don't know, like a bar. I don't know. That's I guess not.
No, I know what you're saying because
Yeah, you know what I'm
athletically
saying?
he's not incredible. He doesn't feel incredible.
Exactly.
athletically.
Yeah, he was just like a more skilled guy through experience.
Yes.
Versus like a
I get that. I get that. Like when I watch, you don't feel that explosion when you watch him necessarily, and you don't feel like the first step explosion either. But you do see it just feels real natural. Like the first game I watched him, I think the first 6 plays he beat the offensive tackle, and you're like, this is insane. So he brings inside outside wins. Like you get a lot of tools in the toolbox to what you're saying. And
Yeah.
I think his biggest strength that I've seen is flexibility. Like this is the type of dude, man. That he's got the slither, he's got the bend, and he's got all of those things. But I get it. We'll probably see him later.
Falls far enough to a team that like has like some other pieces on the defensive line, I think he's gonna be nice. Like those could be. I think those are legit, or at least for my eyes, obviously legit criticisms of him. But I think in the right place, where similar like how Aleem's got DJ Reader next to him. Like now Aleem's like free for all, go crazy. Like Latu, he could fall in that situation if he falls enough in the draft.
Yeah. No, he's interesting, man. He's interesting. I'm just thinking I would have to pull up my notes here, but yeah, I guess I'll save it because we'll talk about him soon. So this is me now, Chicago. I want to give them the worst player.
Yeah.
Let me see. Let me go way down here.
Grab like
all right, 8.
A quarterback from Kent State.
Oh, I know they love Carson Steele, dog.
Oh, do they love Carson Steele? He's the steal of the draft.
That's it. Yo, and I know they like this man too because this is the one guy with the face picture. I think they requested that. They're like, "Yo, put
his agent called was like, look, man, we gotta boost our value up here. Can we get our picture up there at least?
Get his faith on the mock draft, man." Okay, let's do it. All right,
don't go to Chicago.
All right, look, man, the Bears. I think their offseason's been okay. I think it's been fine. I think their best move was Keenan Allen. I think Swift was a fine addition for him. It makes sense. I think they made a lot of moves outside of that, to be honest with you, in free agency. But now we know Caleb Williams coming in. That was the top pick. So now it's like, all right, what do we do with that? I honestly think that their offensive line maybe hasn't been completely awful. Like it's not great, but it hasn't been awful. They added. Okay, yeah, I forgot about that one. Coleman Shelton. Yeah, Coleman Shelton. They added from the Rams. Forgot they added him in there. I don't know that he's like a legitimate starter, but looks like they're going to plug him in as the center. They also made the trade for Ryan Bates, which wasn't like a big time trade or anything like that. And Braxton Jones been big time at left tackle. They just drafted right. Like so, tackle could make sense, I guess. But I feel like if you're doing that, I almost want someone that I feel like I could plug in. Like I could maybe kick somebody inside. Do I feel good about kicking somebody inside here? Because it feels like with Nate Davis, he didn't pop last year. He was bad. Tevin Jenkins, he's actually been pretty good at guard. I'll be honest. Tevin Jenkins actually kind of figured it out at guard. Go ahead.
DJ Reader now in your division now too.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Yeah, interior help would make a lot of sense here. But do we go interior at like I don't know if they go interior offensive line at 9. That would I think that would shock everybody. So I don't know that can plunge on that.
Because it's your second pick, right? You got your quarterback. Do you trade back?
Ooh, are you interested? Because I was going to go to the defensive side of the ball, but are you eyeing something here with one of your teams?
I've been having
go Cooper. Okay, my
dreams. No, I'm just kidding. I've been having a lot of the mocks I've been doing, just because I guess he recruited him, and I watched like an interview with Jaden Daniels about like his prior relationship with Antonio Pierce. Because he helped recruit him at Arizona State, I think it was, before Antonio Pierce went to the pros, and obviously transferred. Right. And they don't have a quarterback right now either. They did just sign Gardner Minshew though. Is that a team that trades up for Jaden Daniels?
Yeah, you're drafting the quarterback. I love Gardner Minshew, by the way. I think he's legit. I think he's I think he's a starter, bro. But I think you're drafting a quarterback with that. And also to this point, to what you're saying, because even Doug Doug said this in the chat as well. Like the Bears are a team that with all these trades, they don't have a lot of draft picks. Like they have high draft picks here, but they have like 3 outside of this. I mean, we could pull up to get the official number. They don't have any draft picks.
They have 9.
Yeah, they have 975
and
22. They don't have any draft picks.
Yeah.
So you think this is the spot to maybe make that call? I think it would make sense.
Yeah. I mean, I think the Raiders might be the one making the call too. But also, are you a threat to lose a quarterback to anybody? I guess the Broncos. That's in your division too. Maybe you want to get ahead of them.
Yes.
Get your guy. Yeah.
Yes. Now, could the Broncos trade up?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, what the heck did the Broncos have at quarterback? It's
so
slipping my mind right now.
So I know a guy that knows a guy.
Okay.
And he's pretty confident, fairly confident that the Broncos and Sean Payton really, really like and want Bo Nix.
Okay.
And the guy that this guy knows is like the guy.
I mean, he's plugged in. He's that
and
dude.
he for sure knows. I could confirm that he knows him.
Gotcha. I like that fit too. That makes sense. Sean Payton wants to win. Like he ain't around waiting around right now. Bo Nix is the guy that can plug in and win with a limited ceiling. Okay. I think a couple teams need to get on the phone right now. This happen.
Raiders call. What's the offer though?
I got you.
Am I the Raiders in this situation? Or you want to pick your?
I think we move out of this spot. I don't think Chicago wants 2 picks after this. I think they want. Yeah.
So hold on. Let me see what the Raiders are working with here.
Wait. Romeo Cora retired. I didn't even see that.
Oh, you didn't see that? Yeah.
No. Oh, that's sad, man.
I mean, yeah, but also I'm glad he's not with another team because I would have hated for him to go somewhere and be productive. To be honest with you, I've been salty. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I feel that. I hate how that ended for him. Then that's awful. My goodness, I hate that. Yeah. Respect to Romeo though, because he did battle back. Like he did battle back. He took the contract cut. And he gave us like flashes. He found ways to like pop every once in a while. Popped, I think, last year against the Patriots, and this year against the run, he was pretty good.
Yeah,
that sucks, man. That's tough. It was like his one major injury too. Yeah, I think he only had like one major injury legitimately, and it literally shut down everything for him.
Yeah, just never really came back himself.
Man.
All right. On the Raiders though.
Yeah.
Would you take
have draft picks to trade? Okay, wait. Actually, we do need to look at that. You're looking at it right now. Oh no, they got some picks. They got picks.
Yeah. Would you take 13, move back 4 spots, and I give you a 3rd rounder, 77, 13 and 77?
Okay, 1 second, because for some reason I was thinking Broncos. Okay, so you said 13 and what?
13 and 77.
13 and 77 to go back 4 spots. Oh man, if I'm the Bears, yeah. I like that.
Yeah, am I giving up too much to move up?
I don't think so. You're getting a quarterback. I mean, you're getting a quarterback. You're cool with that. I think we make that happen.
All right, and I'll get your pre-approval because you would be the one picking with the Raiders as well.
Yeah, I'm on board with this.
All right, let's do it.
But they're not feeling it, so I'm gonna have to force it though. So we'll just force the trade. All right. So I picked the Raiders. Okay. Yeah. We know what we're doing here then. Jaden Daniels is the pick at 9. I mean, look, man, and I hate that because I like Aiden O'Connell, but they're not gonna. If they're gonna move up, they're taking a quarterback, and I don't really see them bought in like that to Aiden O'Connell. They just got their head coach in. He's gonna want his guy. You know that he's gonna want his guy. They got something good going. They invested on the defensive line. And Christian Wilkins he's not an investment like some of the other teams you talked about, where it's like, well, like our DJ Reader is not Wilkins. Wilkins is a long-term, big money investment. Yes. This is a long-term thing that they're trying to build here. So I like quarterback. Yeah,
and then you have like a cheap rookie deal. You could afford to keep that defensive line together for as long as possible.
There you go. Yep, that's true. This is true. All right, so chat, quick update. We're going into pick 10. Jaden Daniels just went. Dallas Turner went 8. And then my man's name that I haven't been able to say since day 1. All right. Pick 10. This is Easy's pick.
All right. The Jets are sitting pretty, kind of.
They've been making moves.
We just signed Tyron Smith, who's never really available. Wait, is Joe Alt still on the board?
Joe Alt is chilling on the board.
And Brock Bowers.
Brock Bowers is also chilling on the board.
Man, oh man.
To be honest, every tackle's chilling on the board, right? Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay. One went.
Do I grab protection for old man Rogers?
Well, I I would say Joe Alt's interesting because I think he can move around, even though he's 6'8.5". I think he can move around. I do.
Yeah.
So I think you can make that work. Like this thing is, you don't want to draft a tackle and have him be a backup. And if Tyron Smith
Yeah.
is healthy, he's not starting over him. But could he plug in a right tackle for Morgan Moses and make him more of a swing guy? You know, you added John Simpson at guard, but I don't know
Yeah.
what their other guard position looks like. So I'd have to look at that one real quick. I know they got Tipman at center. Yeah, they have Vera Tucker. So I don't know. I mean, I can see the idea of it, but round one kind of does feel like it could be steep just based on what they have. Like the value makes sense, but based on what they have.
Yeah,
Okay,
and I feel like there's a deep offensive line class too, actually.
Rotor's feeling Bowers right here.
Yeah, I think Bowers.
They're sparing no expense on weapons. They're going in.
They just signed Mike Williams today too.
Yeah, there you go.
You know what? For the Super Bowl run, I got Tyron Smith. Is there injury concerns with Tyron Smith though?
Absolutely. I think so. Absolutely. He's missed, I think, 30 games in the last 3 years? Or no, that's not right. He's missed a lot of games, like 30 of his last 60 or something. I could be a little off on that number, but he's missed a lot of time. You know, they gave him that 1 year deal, I think, for a reason because, you know, age, but also missing time. Do the Jets have a tight end? The Jets tight end right now is Tyler Conklin and Jeremy Ruckert. Not bad. I don't think they have game changers there. Oh, really? You went to high school with him?
Yeah.
Oh, that's sweet.
Lance Cruz.
You got his jersey or what?
Shout out. I do actually.
That's sick.
I got it when he was with the Vikings.
Nice. Okay.
4th round pick. I feel like I just can't pass up on Brock Bowers here, right?
I would say the only thing that you could consider doing is going on the defensive line because that hasn't been touched at all. Yeah. And you know, they have Quinn Williams, they have Jermaine, but outside of that, it's kind of a. I'll tell you the names they have outside of that. Javon Kinlaw, they brought in. That's been a mess. John Franklin Myers, like that's their defensive line outside of that. So I don't know if there's a guy that like actually pops in there, maybe Murphy, but I think Bowers makes sense.
Yeah, I can't pass Brock Bowers for Aaron Rodgers, Mike Williams.
It's kind of nasty.
Greg Olsen, or not Greg Olsen. Jesus, what's his name? Garrett Wilson.
Yeah, that is kind of nasty.
Let me give Aaron Rodgers some weapons, and then if he doesn't work out, do they sign a quarterback this offseason at all? Like
they signed. I think they signed Tyrod.
Oh yeah, then because that's weapons Tyrod could work with. They should have actually traded for Justin Fields or someone. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Tyrod is actually kind of underrated. I like Tyrod.
It makes sense to draft a quarterback this year for him. Definitely, this would be the great spot to put him in as QB3, kind of like what we did. Are you on board with that? I feel like you're hesitating.
What? Oh, I'm taking Bowers.
You want to confirm that? Okay, we're taking Bowers. All right.
Yeah, give Bowers.
All right, Bowers goes at 10, chat. Now you're good. I just want to make sure.
I wanted Jim Harbaugh to land Bowers, but I couldn't pass it up.
No, it makes. I mean, look at the board, man. It just made too much sense to go there.
Yeah,
bro, look at all the needs.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Hold up, I gotta get just a quick little flash of what this Chargers depth chart is looking like because like, bro, they have everything listed. I know they had a running back because they had a.
They got rid of like all the receivers too.
They did, yeah, they did. Josh Palmer, I like Palmer. Palmer can start to me. Quentin Johnston, I think that was a miss, but they got him, so they're probably gonna utilize him. Yeah, that was a huge miss. Offensive line, so they got Pipkins at right tackle. They do have Slater at left tackle. So yeah, Pipkins. And Salyer, I think he's better at guard than at tackle. The Georgia offensive lineman. So, and also Corey Lindsley, who I don't think played last year. So if they had a guy that could play, you know, what would be an interesting pick right here for them, and it'd be too high. But if this was later in the draft, or I don't know where their exact picks fall in, but I think a guy like Graham Barton would be an interesting selection for this team because he could play both those spots. He's done both.
Yeah, is that early though?
I think it's early. Yeah, I think it's early.
I like him a lot.
Right. Like, I think he played it as a freshman. It didn't look great, but it was like, hey, he's doing it. So he's got a lot of stats too. I just want to double check real quick. Where are the Chargers picks at?
I'm sure he wrestled too.
Oh, see that. Wait, hold on. The Chargers now at 23.
Defensive line.
I'm gonna chill out, I think, on offensive line here because I know I have that pick and that's kind of my vision. I think that'd be a good pick for him. Mm-hmm. So I'm not going to take that here. I'm looking at the D line. The defensive line is a mess. Puna Ford, Inotito, Agbania, Morgan Fox. Mike, that's a disaster. I mean, that's a disaster, dog.
Is that the defensive line you just named? Oh,
That's
yeah.
their defensive line.
That's
I mean,
too
they
bad.
did bring
I don't
both
know either.
back, but their interior
Got
is a disaster.
Bosa and Khalil Mack, though.
They do. Cornerback's kind of a disaster, though, too, outside of Asante Samuel. I don't even know who Leonard Dean is, to be honest with you. So that's one of their cornerbacks. Safeties probably needed some work. I guess they brought back the big free agent safety.
Do you put Byron Murphy in the middle of those two edge rushers? Or
See,
Johnny Newton?
Here's my hesitation with Byron Murphy. Because I feel like his awareness is there, right? And I know you're a big Byron Murphy guy. I feel like his awareness is there to play the run. My concern is that body type on the interior of this defensive line. Like when I think Jim Harbaugh and a Jim Harbaugh defense, I think of a more size. Yes, yeah. I don't think of a guy like Byron Murphy necessarily. Not that he just doesn't bring that body type. Yeah. So maybe it'd be a big time interior pass rusher, and you could always use those guys. I just don't get that sense that he's that ideal fit. I almost feel like more like cornerback right here would be kind of big time, especially in this division. I just added Hollywood Brown, but a guy that could also play safety. And what I'm trying to tell you is we're taking Cooper DeJean right here. Okay. Yeah.
I like it.
The one guy that didn't play Michigan, to be honest. So we're just gonna plug him in, play safety or cornerback.
Is that what we're going with?
Yes,
Cooper
sir.
DeJean?
Locked it in. Yep.
All right. Let's do it.
All right. On to you, man. Number 12. Denver.
All right, man.
Oh, you know where this is going, right?
I do, but I also feel like it's kind of early.
Bro, the tackle's still there. Like, Joe Walt's still chilling there. All the tackles are basically still there. You can still go into your defensive line.
These guys literally have no quarterback.
They don't. I mean, Jared Stidham, bro, he could play, but I don't think. Look, Aaron, let me do this for you though, real quick, because their offense line is this. They have Garrett Bowles at left tackle. That's probably fine. Right tackle, Mike McGlinchey. Okay. On the defensive line, they got Malcolm Roach. You know, he's a big nose tackle. They got DJ Jones, and I like DJ Jones, but I don't know that he actually. Okay, so we're both on board there. And then they got Zach Allen in that, Baron Browning. Like they could use a dude that could get after Jonathan Cooper. They could use that could get after the pass rusher too. They could use anybody to help them out in there too. They probably needed that for a minute. Last year they were rolling through. Nose tackles, man. Mike Purcell was getting snaps in there. So hold up, this thing is too far zoomed in. Denver has 12 and 76.
Do you think Bo Nix can fall to 76?
Bro, I'm a no. You know, I don't think so. But like, okay, here's where I struggle with that though, because like, okay, what if he gets past Denver though? Like, who's taking a quarterback? I mean,
yeah.
Are any of these teams trying to take a quarterback?
I could see maybe the Saints or
maybe the Saints. That's true. The Saints.
You know, I don't know if Broder's still in the chat or not. But I remember him. But that was what you think. But he was saying the Dolphins probably could be in the market for a quarterback just because like Tua's contract's coming up and like maybe they feel like they could plug and play at that spot.
I heard they're paying him big money, but I definitely could be off on that.
No,
but Dolphin fans aren't excited about that. They don't sound excited about that.
Who?
Dolphins fans don't sound pumped about paying him big money.
Yeah, so, no, I wouldn't either, to be honest with you.
Said I'm here. They're taking
who the Cardinals take? Malik Neighbors.
My bad, I gotta get this off the screen. Cardinals took Malik Neighbors. Chat saying trade up for Jared Verse. Yo, so how much have you watched like a solid amount of Jared Verse? I wonder.
Hell no, to be honest with you.
Okay,
when I first heard of him, he was like announced to me as like the number one edge rusher in this class. I was like, well, Lions are going to be in position to take him, but now I kind of feel like they can.
Right. Oh yeah, I think everything's open to him. I was only thinking a first rounder for Dolphins if it's Penix, same quarterback. No, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, shoot, especially the way that they built that offensive line for a left-handed quarterback makes a ton of sense.
Yeah,
it's a good way to look at it. Oh, I was just asking because in the very little bit that I had gotten to on the player, I got like vibes, and not in a bad way, in a really good way, of Kayvon Thibodeau, like in the good trait side. I got vibes of Kayvon Thibodeau watching him. So I didn't know. I was just curious. You thinking about moving here? You don't seem sold on the quarterback. Wait, what was this thing that you said you had the inside info?
He's tapping in. First round for Dolphins if it's Penix. same QB, but I doubt they go that route. Oh yeah, because Tua's left-handed too, right?
Chat, who we taking here, man? Let us know. Who do you guys think? Denver at 12. With this board, I'm gonna roll through it. Joe Alt's out there. Byron Murphy, Quinyon Mitchell.
Because you have evens, right? Or no, you have odds.
Yeah.
All right, you just play the opposite GM either way.
Okay.
Mike McDonald, defensive coach in Seattle now. Hey,
Ooh, Seattle. So you're Seattle or I'm them?
Would you like a shot at Jared Verse here?
Ooh, okay. Hold up. Let me take a second because Seattle did bring back Leonard Williams. So part of that. Hold on. Let me double check. I don't know their. I'm trying to think because I'm almost looking at this. If I'm Seattle, I guess last year was injuries because I would almost think tackle, but I guess it was just injuries for him. But yeah, Boye Mafe's in there. Ooh, I kind of do like that for edge rusher.
How about this? And you're on the phone too, but so while you're waiting, I was like, hold on, I got another call.
Okay,
you're on, right?
Yeah.
Hey, Brad Holmes.
Oh snap!
Hey, Mr. Holmes. Would you like another piece on that defensive line? Or is that getting too crazy?
Yo, to be honest, bro, if Brad Holmes is getting this call, dog, I might move up and just go take Joe Alt and move on, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I'll just figure it out. Hey, we'll figure that thing out. Plug him in.
Yeah, you know what? Honestly, do you think Bo Nix makes it out of the first round?
I think if he gets past Denver, yes.
Okay, so if I'm Denver, I could trade back up into the second and grab Bo Nix.
12 pick. This is true.
I should probably take Joe Alt, huh?
Bo Nix and Michael Penix. Sorry, probably take Joe Alt. You said we were just looking at Denver, right? They could use tackle help. I think they have Bulls and they have McGlinchey at right tackle. Ben Powers at guard. They have Quinn at right guard. They're probably not gonna move stuff around there. I mean, you could replace McGlinchey. I feel like.
Broder says Brad Holmes does like the number 12 pick.
I'm not gonna lie, man. If I'm not taking tackle, I think this is a good spot for Byron Murphy. But wasn't this the team that you said that would want the quarterback, or was that someone else?
Yeah, this was a team. They really like Bo Nix per sources.
But you're not feeling it. Like you didn't just jump on that.
Well, 12 is like super early.
Oh, I get what you're saying.
Well,
I get what you're saying.
Oh, because hold on, because if I make this trade, I also snipe this.
So you're really trying to move out.
I also snipe the dude. All right.
I think
you can shut down because you're like the negotiating GM.
Okay.
Brad Holmes.
Do
you want to move to 12?
I won't give you much.
Okay.
Let me. I feel bad though. Let me.
What'd they do the first time when they moved to 12 for JMO?
They did, third? Yeah. They gave up. They gave up their second. I think they got the third back, right? Could be wrong on that. I think we gave up a second. I think we gave up 34. Then we got a third back.
All right, here we go. The Lions made a shocking move during Thursday's NFL draft and traded up to 12 to take former Alabama wide receiver Jameson Williams. They sent pick 32, 34, and 66 in the draft for the Vikings, number 12. And they got another third, Kirby.
So it was a high second and then a third, plus their move up piece. So you'd have to move like 29, 61, 73 for 12, and then maybe like a next year's
so Brad's naked for the rest of this draft.
Yeah, I don't think I'd move up this far from the Lions. I wouldn't move up 20 spots. I mean, I take that. I mean, I will say this though. If I did move up, I think you could make a case to move up for certain pieces. Yeah. I just don't know from what I've seen from Verse so far. I don't have the conviction to do that as a Lions fan yet.
Okay. All right. So then I'm just gonna go. I'm going home. All right. I'm gonna go. I think I'm taking too long. I'm sorry.
You're good, man. You're good.
Give me Joe Alt. How do you pass that up? How do you fall this far? That's because I can still trade up in the back half of the draft and grab freaking Bo Nix. So I'm grabbing Joe Alt.
But can I intrigue you?
Ooh,
Terrion Arnold. Or actually, take it back. I'm just playing with you. How about deep? But what about does defensive line? Do you consider that at all here? I can see why you wouldn't, but I just know their defensive line was a mess last season on the interior. So I just wondered, do you consider that? Because I know you're a big Byron Murphy guy. You're just taking best available. I think you can make the case.
I think.
Give me read their defensive line real quick.
I think
You tell me, Malcolm Roach, DJ Jones, Zach Allen. Okay, Joel.
Right. Yeah, because I think BPA wise, like he's probably the best guy there. And then also, if I'm drafting Bo Nix, I want to keep him upright.
So Joe Walt's the pick, right?
Yeah.
All right. Joe
I don't hate where you were going though.
I just
honestly where you almost got me was pairing Terrion Arnold and freaking
Pat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd been dirty. That'd have been filthy.
That would be nasty. They need a quarterback. Hey, the clock ran out easy. Hey, he took the full 10 minutes. We all good?
I'm so sorry.
Good? No, you good with the commercial break and everything. We good. All right, we got a big 13, so I'm back up. I should have been paying attention to this one. So we got the Bears again after trading back. And we traded back from 9, right? I think so, yeah. So we traded back from 9. So immediately what hits my mind is go take the defensive lineman and just plug him in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I look at the Bears, man,
but yeah, that makes sense.
I like some of their and again, the biggest issue would probably be scheme fit because Andrew Billings is a guy with good size in the interior, big nose tackle. Pickens, same thing. Jervon Dexter, same thing. Like they have dudes with size. So the biggest issue again would probably be Byron Murphy in terms of his size. I think you can make a case. It's like, okay, is that going to work? But man, he would give them a big presence in the inside. Let me refresh on who's at edge though, real quick. I mean, man, they might go edge though, because you could put someone with Sweat. They don't have an edge at all at the opposite side. Yeah, they don't have one. I'm gonna lock in Jared Verse here.
Damn, I hate that for Detroit.
Yeah, I think you plug him in, man, because their opposite edge rusher chat is DeMarcus Walker and Dominique Robinson from Miami, Ohio. So
who the fuck are those guys? I think so. I'm New Orleans. I'm taking Byron Murphy all day.
Oh, you already know.
Because I got a big body guy and Brise already in the next to him. So it's like that. I'd make Brise maybe put on a little bit more weight, and I'd make it like a Vita Vea, Elijah Cansey pairing. Well, obviously Byron Murphy's not Elijah Cansey, but
okay,
you get I'm going.
Yeah, and I give Byron Murphy more credit than Cansey. Murphy's got more upside, and Murphy might be able to fill out a little bit more too. To be honest,
yeah,
upside in terms of his
athletic, like
yeah.
And I still got Cam Jordan. Yeah,
you do, and they could use that, right? They could use the future D-line piece. So you want me to lock that in?
Yeah, let me do that.
All right,
Byron
Murphy at 14. Chat, how we feeling? Give us a grade so far. You don't have to grade easy. I know you're all gonna give some D's and F's there, so just grade me. A's and B's, please. If not, please leave the chat. All right, all right. We got.
I'll take the S. Are they mad because I didn't get a quarterback for
No, I don't think so.
Denver?
They might be. I don't know. I'm trading back up early second for Bo Nix.
Yeah.
Imagine they just put that out there. Don't even worry, y'all. We're trading up tomorrow to go get Bo Nix.
Immediately, yeah. I mean, that makes sense.
Leaving the chat. That's crazy. All right. That's great. Okay, so we on to Indy. Okay, bro. No, this one feels so obvious, dog. I'm looking at this draft picks. I don't even think I should take time here. Let me just say it though. Bro, their cornerback position, it's young. They need another cornerback. So now I'm just at the point where it's like, what cornerback do I want? We haven't really touched cornerback outside of Cooper to this point. Now I'm trying to balance. So I go Quinion Mitchell, who is awesome in off coverage, bro. Like size-wise, athleticism insane, long speed there. I don't think he's always super fluid, but my goodness, in that cover 3 defense, like he could pop. You know what? Let's just not even overthink it. Quinion Mitchell. All right.
Quinion Mitchell?
Toledo.
Over Terrion Arnold?
Yeah. I'll be fair to this. The least amount that I've watched of a cornerback to this point is probably Terrion Arnold. So let me just be fair.
Okay.
Right. Maybe Mach 2.0, I'll switch that up. But I think he'd fit pretty darn well in that defensive style that they run, the big cover 3 style over there. And then you pop him with who was their corner last year? Oh, Julius Brents. Like that's not bad. So I know there's a lot of Juju Brents fans last season out of K-State. So we'll plug him in.
I like it.
All right. Halfway through. 16. We got Seattle. Right. Hey, don't put the C on me. That was easy, dog. Look, man, I ain't taking the L's for that one.
Wait, who got the C? Because Denver doesn't.
Hey, Denver didn't need that. Hey, look, man. Hey, that'll be the only pick we get right. That'll be the only pick we get right is that they take a tackle.
BPA, come on.
You can't be wrong about that. You good.
I'm in Seattle. Aaron Donald's gone. So I see the needs there at guard and center. But the boogeyman's gone.
Ooh.
I think actually, let me get an offensive line for my guy Kenneth Walker.
Right.
How do you feel about Troy Fontanu?
Yeah, I mean, look, he's one of those dudes that can probably play guard, right? So, I mean, I think if you feel good about Charles Cross at left tackle, and then Abraham Lucas, right? They played well when healthy, so you feel good about that. I think it makes sense if there's one guy that you could probably take kind of early. I thought Troy,
can Fashanu be a tweener?
Well, he's already off the board.
Oh, you already took Fashanu from Penn State?
Yeah, that was the first tackle I took, yeah.
Oh, I thought you took the kid from Oregon State. I messed up.
No, oh my bad. No, I left him out there.
Oh,
give me him.
Fuaga?
Okay. Yeah.
He's still on the board?
He's right there, yeah.
Oh yeah, give me him.
Okay, break it down. Whoa. Okay, I thought I took two players. I mean, you clearly like this guy. Is there any
Yeah, reason? I think he's super aggressive, and I think Mike McDonald coming from Baltimore, coming from Michigan, like those are two programs that like to run the ball. They got a phenomenal running back, and hold on, I gotta take the other guy off the board real quick. I apologize. They got a phenomenal running back in Kenneth Walker, and I think they're gonna want to pound the ball because they don't really have an answer at quarterback right now. So, like the strength of your offense probably gonna be running the football a little bit there. I mean, Geno Smith actually is all right, but you also get some protection for him as well.
Yeah, no, I think it makes sense. Especially if you feel like guy can play in the interior. Yeah, my boy. Like even Chat saying Jackson Powers Johnson, same kind of reason though. I just wanted to.
It just feels early for JPJ.
Yeah, it definitely could be. All right, offense. So I just wanted to double check here.
Also, because Lincoln like that, like is he or Abraham, whatever the hell his name is?
Lucas?
Yeah.
What'd you ask?
I know he did straight against the Lions, but like, is he good?
Well, I say that I think when they played us, they had both their backup tackles playing us, and they both kind of handled business.
Yeah.
So like for whatever reason, yeah.
I remember that vividly. Oh, I think you're muted.
That's insane.
You're back.
All right. Oh, I'm good.
Yes, sir.
I think maybe you can make that case just because they're not on the field consistently. You could be like, hey, man, they're not even out there, so go get a dang tackle. But especially if you're this high. But yeah, no, they made it work with whoever they put out there. So. All right.
Yeah, someone's getting kicked out or moving in.
Yeah. Okay. I'm trying to like. Oh, hey, Jacksonville added Ronald Darby. I didn't know that. All right, someone got him. Someone did it. That's good. All right, who do we want to go with here, though? This is I know they added Armstead, so I feel like going back to that doesn't make sense.
Seattle ranked fourth from last in pass blocking per PFF.
Okay, that's pretty trash. So yeah, man, I think you made a good choice. I think you made a good choice. Yeah, I hear the Powers Johnson, but I don't know that it fits, right? I mean, Ezra Cleveland got extended, even though he didn't play well. They seem to like him. Brandon Sheriff, I don't think he's going to come off the field. So you're basically just replacing Mitch Morse, who they signed this offseason, right? So I guess you could do that. And to be honest, Trevor Lawrence, all the injuries last season, it wouldn't be a bad idea. It wouldn't be a bad idea.
And just some protection for him?
Yeah. They know they need to have that guy upright. So I don't dislike that.
Yeah,
I'm just trying to think of anything else in
the division too.
In the AFC West? Oh, yeah, the Indianapolis, yeah. Indianapolis got a nice interior. You got the Titans, who not really a nice interior, but
that's like
that's true. That's true. They do got Simmons. Let me not do that.
Let me not do like that.
I don't think we can go back defensive line here. I think there's
no. I was thinking why you'd want interior offensive linemen.
Yeah. I was just I'm just speaking out loud.
Oh
Thinking
yeah.
out loud. So yeah, Powers Johnson do make sense, chat. I'm not gonna lie, Powers Johnson does make sense. I'm just trying to think, is there anybody else that stands out here to me?
Who else in the
The one
division?
guy that's standing out, man, is Nate Wiggins. Like, I think you put Nate Wiggins in there with Ronald Darby. He's probably on a 1-year deal
I like
next to
that. That'd
Tyson
be a good
Campbell.
mentor for him too.
I kind of
Darby should
like
be
that,
kind of a
man.
quick guy. He weighed really light at the combine though.
I'm a boy, yeah. I feel like Powers Johnson's the right pick. He's
Ooh, you
the
know what?
he's the right
100% the right pick because the Texans has built a hell of a defensive line too. They just
They have. Yeah,
want to
they
bulk up
have.
their offensive line for damn sure.
Yeah, you're right. Because Houston, I mean, Titans, you could probably deal with their receiving core with the vets. Houston's solid receiving core, and then, all right, is there any other lineman I'd take before him here? I don't think so. I don't think there is.
Kid from Washington.
I don't think I wouldn't take him before Powell. If I know I'm plugging him in here, I wouldn't.
Because can Jackson has he played tackle before too? He's like 6'5", isn't he? He's 6'3". He's way shorter than I thought.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this flexibility just would be putting at guard. He actually might be a better guard, I think, than a center.
Yeah.
The issue I have here is just I'm putting him on top of a guy that they signed this offseason. So it's like I'm just putting him right on top of Mitch Morris. Like, why would I do that? I don't know. Because like unless Brandon Sheriff's been injured, I just don't know. Maybe he's missed a lot of time. Then maybe
Hold on, let me go and see your board. Are you all is that at the top of the board? Let me see the top real quick.
Yeah, this is the top.
Make it drop. So why not the tackle there? Troy Fontananu. How you say that one?
Yeah, Voltano. I don't know how you say his name, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce any of his names.
We'll call him Hannah Montana.
Okay. Yeah, I mean you could, but I don't think they need tackle help, right? I mean they have Cam Robinson. Maybe they're replacing Cam Robinson because they just drafted Anton last year.
Sucks.
Maybe
I don't like Cam Robinson.
Yo, they have. You might not be, bro. Let me see. I don't know, dog. I don't know, bro. I don't watch Cam. I mean, I know he misses time.
Wasn't he the guy they?
I don't even know if he's a good tackle though. Like I think he's a big traits guy. I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna take Troy here because I think he's got big time traits, and the fact that they took Ryan Anton last year, who I think arguably had some similarities as well. I'm gonna take Troy here. I think he'll probably be better as a guard. We're just gonna move him around the offensive line. Let's just plug him in.
And you know what? Cam Robinson only played 9 games last year, let up 3 sacks and 8 hurries.
Good choice then, because he's coming off of playing left tackle for Washington, even though I don't know that's his best spot, but maybe he could play there. So, all right, we'll get a versatile offensive lineman. That was my 10 minutes. So,
Hard to know.
I ain't going to try it. Troy F, man. Troy F. How y'all doing, chat? We see y'all. I'm reading your guys' comments, man. Keep throwing them in there. Lions are in a situation they could trade up and draft a difference maker. Rich, I thought you were going to say draft a kicker, dog. Brad is watching and learning here. Of course. Of course, bro. Come on now. This is why he spends so much time. Go ahead.
Deion messed the board up by taking Harrison 3.
I did throw it off a little bit there, but not taking a quarterback for New England.
That's
fine. Hey, bro, New England don't really trade up, but maybe this is the time to change up. I guess not. They're at 34. I don't know who they trade up for.
Penix. Or they just relax and get Penix.
Yeah,
like me, 18.
Yeah, it's
Taron Arnold's still on the board right now. Do they need a corner?
He is still out there. I think they definitely need a corner. I'm right on that.
They signed Sheldon Rankin, so I don't really think defensive end or defensive tackles like.
That's true, but they could use a nose. Now I don't think there's a nose to take here. They got BJ Hill.
Only like 295.
Yeah, I don't.
He also didn't test yet either.
Bro, that's why I'm so glad we got Reader, bro, because I don't think there's a top tier nose in this draft. Not at the top.
There's good tackles, but they're not what you would need next to Aleem.
No, I'm so glad we got that out of the way. And we got it last year, to be honest.
DBs real quick. Taylor Britt, Cam Taylor Britt.
Cam Taylor Britt solid.
I like DJ Turner. Actually, they're kind of
they invested there.
Mike Hilton.
Oh yeah. They got some young guys in there.
They do. Like that.
What about their offensive line though? If you have their depth chart pulled up, because I know they've been trying to address that.
Offensive line. Oh, they actually got Orlando Brown. I like that. Cordell Volson.
Yeah, out of South Dakota.
Ted Karras. Alex Kappa and Trent Brown. I actually don't hate that offensive line.
Maybe the interior. I would, if I was a fan of them, be willing to go interior there because there's no nose for me here.
So Jackson Powers Johnson.
I wouldn't be mad at it. Yeah, if I was a Bengals fan. But what do you think? You were thinking Arnold though, so
they have tackle on the board there. It's like
they do have tackle. Yeah,
as a need they have tackle there. Who's the tackle that they're like not approving of? Is it Brown? It has to be Brown or not Brown, but they're both Brown.
I think it's Orlando Brown. I think he missed a lot of time last year. I could be wrong though.
Oh, did he? Let me check.
I think he did. All you guys talk is football, pretty much. I mean, to be honest, I don't. No, Easy does more. They do more on the Woodward heavyweights. You guys dabble in some stuff. I just talk about Lions to be real, but they dabble a little bit.
True.
They lost Boyd in free agency. True. Now is their first pick. Now if they trade Higgins, now it gets real interesting because now to what my man just said, like they're really looking at doing this could be a draft day trade. Right?
So Brown, he played all 17, but he let up 7 sacks. Oh, hold on, am I in the wrong year? Nope. He let up 7 sacks and 45 hurries.
It might have just been a bad year then. Maybe that's what I'm thinking.
He was good with the Chiefs though.
He was, right? Yeah, he was. But I mean, they got solid play out of like some duds this last year, to be honest. Like not dudes that were historically great. So it could be a little more of an offensive thing. But I mean, in fairness, they've had a backup quarterback in last year, so it's kind of like, I mean, I could throw a backup in there.
Are they a BPA team or they take needs? Who they take last year?
I mean, I think they're a BPA team. I think they are
a BPA team too. Give me Terran Arnold.
Ooh, okay. That's the first like little wrinkle here. Break it down for the people. Why cornerback?
Well, I guess because I just remember them needing offensive line forever, and they never seem to like
do it,
take care of it. So I think they're truly BPA. And then right now on the board, Terran Arnold's there, and like I know they got a couple corners, but I feel like some of those guys you kick into the inside and play nickel. Actually, no, Britt's pretty big. Turner's actually outside guy too. Well, Turner could play nickel, no?
Yeah, DJ Turner could play nickel. Turner could probably play safety, to be honest with you. Yeah, I'm moving on. I'm taking Newman at 19 for LA.
Sorry.
That's easy money.
Yeah, their draft history. It's easy, baby.
I mean, this works out perfectly with Aaron Donald retiring to just draft him right there at number 19.
They literally drafted 0 offensive linemen last year, and they didn't take one till the 4th round the year prior. Yeah, they don't give a shit.
They don't care. Bro keeps
their BPA all day. Give me Terran Arnold.
Easy, man. It's back on you, man.
That was back on me.
Pick for me. Yeah. I'm just taking Newton. I'm taking your boy Johnny Newton. I'm plugging him in. Aaron Donald's gone.
Yeah.
Put a guy next to and Kobe Turner was a baller last season. So I don't know how exactly they'll make that work next to each other, but they need someone to plug back in with him. Easy replacement.
Did Pittsburgh sign a center at all? I don't think they did.
Let me check.
Between Nate Wiggins or JPJ right here for me. I kind of want to go JPJ.
Now,
what'd you say? Pittsburgh Steelers depth chart. Nate Herbig. How we feel about Nate Herbig, chat? You still there? You muted.
My fault. That's it. No, I was gonna say I like Nate Herbig. I was a fan last free agency. We didn't bring him in, but he was a cheap contract. Nate Herbig was kind of looked at as like a backup piece. So I think you could definitely replace that. And even to be honest, Dan Moore at left tackle, I don't think he's coming off a strong season either.
He looks like he missed a lot of games last year, unless I'm not reading this right.
Nate Herbig did?
Yeah. Looks like he played only 3 games. Is that real?
That might be right. That would make sense. I think. Hey, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I see it. No, I think it would make sense to go O-line. That O-line's not looking good. You could even go left tackle, I think, here. And then like I said, you could go corner too, because I mean they could start Dante Jackson. He fits in schematically, because he's got the size like Joey Porter Jr. does.
Yeah.
But I think offensive line's kind of a mess over there.
Yeah, I think JPJ. Go ahead. What were you gonna say though?
All I was gonna say is, because I kind of forgot. Like I'm looking at this list of offensive linemen out there. There are some more project tackles, but there's project left tackles out here. Specifically, a guy like Mims. I'm a fan of Mims out of Georgia Tech. So, not Georgia Tech, Georgia. I was just watching him actually. But yeah, no, JPJ makes sense. Plug in and play.
Let me grab him. Because the worst case scenario, I'll put him at guard.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they need it. I'm looking at O-line.
I did like Wiggins there though to pair him and Porter, but I just don't know how. I don't know if the league's high on him because like what he weighed in at the combine.
What do you weigh in at?
He weighed in like 160 or something. It's something crazy.
Yeah, it could be
5 or something. Let me see.
It could be. That could affect it. We saw last year a guy weighed 160.
And then he got killed. Forbes.
Yeah, of course, Forbes was bad last year.
And it's not like slow either. Like Forbes is actually pretty quick too.
Well, then it's like, are you just losing the weight to run faster? Like probably. Yeah. So it's not like your play speed. Then you're just hitting that 40 time.
Oh, at the combine, Nate Wiggins weighed at 173.
That's light.
Manuel Forbes,
that's light for his height. That's kind of light.
Yeah.
I have my old notebook on him.
Oh wow, Manuel Forbes weighed in heavier than him. He weighed in at 181. That was like a big deal.
So I bet Forbes took the opposite approach. Like, yo, let me put some weight on.
Yeah.
You like Latham for the Steelers? I want to check real quick on. Yeah, because they have Armstead over there. They brought back Isaiah Wynn today. Austin Jackson at right tackle. Their offensive line's been kind of a mess for a minute.
Oh no, the combine Forbes weighed at 166.
Okay.
So I swapped those two.
Tight end. They don't need a tight end here. That'd be crazy. I do like my man out of Texas though. And then what else they have listed as a need? Cornerback. They added to Fuller, so they probably won't do that with Ramsey. I feel like they feel good about those two.
Yeah.
Defensive line could use some. Yo, their interior defensive line. Chat. This is their interior defensive line, bro. Deshaun Hand, Benito Jones, Neville Gallimore. Dog. No idea. What?
There's no one worth a first round right there either, in my opinion.
No. Now, you had the injuries last year, right? But Phillips should be coming back.
Yeah, I like Jaden Phillips a lot.
So you don't need an edge. I mean, Latu played some 4-eye, but I don't think that's where you want him. Yeah, I don't think that's where you want him. I'm trying to think if there's now hold up. Darius Robinson.
And you can move him around.
You could make that work. I think you could make that work with his background. I don't know if you do it here though. I'm not. Do I do that? I kind of like that. I kind of like that fit.
I don't hate it. I know they just signed a center, so maybe they're kind of prioritizing offensive line.
Yeah, offensive line does make sense. And I think if you're going, you're protecting what his blind spot would be the right tackle position, which I believe Mims played right tackle. He just hasn't played much at all.
Ooh, I like Mims to Miami. That makes sense.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Mims there. I think he's only played like 680 snaps in college football over 2 years. One, he just hasn't played a lot because their offensive line's great. Two, he missed a lot of the season. He was injured against Georgia. So he just needs some time. He really needs time. But for that being his blind spot, it'd be natural to make that work. I did like Robinson there though. I like Robinson there. I kind of should have took that, I feel like. All right, we'll move on. 22.
Okay. Is this too early for Zach Frazier? Since they addressed the center position since Kelsey retired?
Well, no, but I what I've heard, because I've watched some Eagles guys, their initial plan apparently was supposed to be Cam Jurgens is going to center. But Cam Jurgens did really well at guard, so now they're saying we're going to leave Cam Jurgens at guard. But that would open up that they would need a center at that point. So I can look at their depth chart and see what their other option would be there. But I think taking interior offensive line is definitely on the table for him. Now, I will say, you're a Frazier guy. So
I am. And I feel like he's better in the run game than he is.
Let me see what I had.
They just got Saquon Barkley. They got Jalen Hurts, that tush push. They're set at receiver. I don't even understand why receivers on here as a need. Unless A.J. Brown, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith. They just signed Devontae Parker. I do see Cam Jurgens here. What's chat saying?
You see Frazier here. I was trying to find my notes on Frazier, man, because I just watched this dude. I like him too, to be honest with you, man, because I know you were high on him. I saw him in your original mock. I think to us.
Yep. Which might be high for him, I don't know.
I liked his hand use, flexion. Oh, that's right. I think I had some issues with him. Oh, that's right. I'm with you. You thought he's been a run blocker. I thought he had some issues in pass protection. Issues as it is anchor. I thought that was inconsistent. But you're right. As a run blocker, like the dude is pretty big time. And also, you're sending him to Philly. So Philly, if they kind of play to that heavy zone scheme, he's going to be awesome there because he's a great mover. So I don't think that's a bad idea. I think he's my best trait for him was sustain, his ability to latch on the block. So, maybe he's not the Jason Kelce type, but I will say this. Last point. Mm-hmm. Jason Kelce, obviously the tush push, like you brought up.
Yeah.
Zach Frazier had a lot of success on QB sneaks because he could dip, he could get under pads, he can move guys. He had a lot of success on QB sneaks. So I actually really like that pick.
All right. Then I know it feel crazy. You can put Jurgens right back.
Yep. And I feel like Philly is the type of team to go draft a need.
Yeah, because they feel like they're in a window right now. Like they're
right.
Yeah, something's there.
So is that the pick?
Yeah.
Okay. Zach Frazier at 22, chat. We're on to 23. I like that.
Chat. Both absolute studs. Oh, they're talking about Steelers, I think. All right. Who are you taking? Oh, I think you're muted. Sorry.
You're good. No, I'm glad you said something because I wouldn't have realized.
I didn't even know. Yeah. Did you go? I didn't see. I couldn't hear you.
I just made your pick. All I was gonna say is, so we took with our last pick, we had it right here. We had a Cooper. So I already got the cornerback. Wide receiver that makes a ton of sense right here.
It does. There's lots of good guys too.
Fits me, Mitchell and Troy Franklin. But I will say, knowing that it's the Chargers and Jim Harbaugh's there,
Roman Wilson.
If you wanted Roman Wilson or Brian Thomas could kind of play that type of role for Herbert. And I could see him saying, let's go get that dude that extends it, right? We got the big Quentin Johnston.
They should take Brian Thomas Jr. for sure.
Who's their opposite receiver, though, of Johnston? Josh Palmer. Yeah, Palmer's not a separator like that. Palmer's like a big possession guy.
Slot.
Ooh, okay. Hold up. Man. Can I go edge? No, that'd be crazy.
Latu makes. No, they got two edges. They got two edges there.
Let me look at one dark horse move real quick. So who Chargers?
I need a mock swing.
I want to see what that linebacker room is looking like.
Oh,
Denzel Perriman, Nick Neiman. It would be a little crazy if they went linebacker here. It feels like it'd be crazy, but they lost that dude Andrew Van Ginkel.
Ooh, Marshall Miller. Lions trade with Chargers.
Actually, that wouldn't be bad. I don't think that'd be a bad idea. I don't think it'd be bad, especially with Nate Wiggins still kind of chilling here. The only guy I'm thinking that could shake this up for me right now would be Peyton Wilson.
Okay. I have not watched Peyton Wilson at all.
He's just a freaky athlete. He's like the hybrid slot, right? So it's like, could he replace Van Ginkel? Probably, yeah. So,
yeah.
I'm struggling with this one, man.
No, Chargers. That's Chargers.
Chargers. Oh, you're right. Okay, I'm overthinking it. No, Chargers wouldn't do that.
So think Jim Harbaugh style football.
He wouldn't do that.
Tough nose. This is like a Madden pairing for me though. So like totally dismiss it, but like,
all right, let's keep this simple.
Brian Thomas Jr. That'd be filthy. But let me see who else is here.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Brian Thomas Jr. I don't want to overthink it. I don't want to overthink it. Edgerrin Cooper would have been a dog there, bro. You're not even wrong though. Edgerrin Cooper would have fit a Harbaugh style too. You're not even wrong, man. It's just the coverage stuff. He's been limited there. So is the question isn't about that fit as much to me, Michael. It'd be about, is he worth that pick?
Yeah,
that's where I struggle with it.
As much as I would love this guy to fall to the Lions for the Cowboys, I got to go Barton. Right? They need a tackle, man.
So he's gonna step in here and take Barton?
Well, Tyron Smith. Well, guess who played for Tyron Smith and did do well last year?
Wait, hold up. Time out. What was the team that we traded back earlier? And I was like, yo, I'm gonna take Barton. Did we already pass that team?
Probably. I think it was the Chargers. Right?
Yo, I was like, wait a minute, I forgot about that dude. Dang, man. All right.
Win.
Okay, so that's your pick. Let's see, you like your Graham Barton?
Am I crazy there?
I don't know. It depends what you're asking him to do. I think I don't know. It's a problem because I don't. Graham Barton hasn't popped me to be a first round tackle. But if you told me he was going to plug in the inside, it'd be very projection based. But I'd be like,
Yeah,
I think I can get on board with that. He's such a
he's played all
smart,
sides.
great football intelligence. Yeah, like he's got it instinctually. He's there. So if you're talking about just a smart offensive lineman, it makes sense. It
What about
does make
JC
sense.
Latham? I see him above him on the board.
I don't know enough about Latham, so I won't go into that one.
Okay.
Personally, I mean, maybe hey, if you got to take, go for it. I don't really have much to take. I know Tyler Guyton. I don't know enough about Latham.
All right, take Tyler Guyton. Okay. He's super young,
Logging
right?
that in.
Oh, maybe not though. They probably want to plug and play guy. Isn't Guyton like 21 or 22?
Yeah, Guyton's young, man. He's well, Guyton's a former defensive end, so he hasn't played a lot.
Yeah, I don't think they want to. I think they want to grab a guy that can play now. So
I think Barton's to play now.
Huh? Barton can play now?
Yeah, I think Barton can play now on the
Give me
interior. But no,
Barton.
you said, but I don't know Latham. So if you're good on Latham, take Latham because I don't know anything about it.
I don't know much about Latham either, to be honest with you. So
We just gonna leave Latham out of this spot.
Yeah.
Shit, man, yo, Mock 2.0, look out for Latham, bro. He ain't gonna be in this one.
Yeah, give me Barton.
Thomas and Johnston, I don't see it. Give you Barton. All right.
Marshall. The only reason why I'd say that is I think Brian Thomas Jr. is a better player, and I think he's kind of. I don't want to say give up on Johnson at this point, but like it's not looking good. Similar route trees, though. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I can understand that, but it's Justin freaking Herbert, dude. Let's launch the football a little bit, man.
Exactly.
This is Jim Harbaugh play action. Let's get some shots going.
Oh, filthy work.
Come on, man. All right, Green Bay. Again, we'll
Yeah.
go down to the worst player we can find. Green Bay offensive line, defensive line. They're gonna have dress offensive line because they didn't do that. I know Packers fans like Graham Barton. Oh, I know they like.
Too late.
That would have been an easy pick, but you took him, so I can't do that. Okay. Safety. I can't take a safety here, can I?
Well,
Okay, let me.
They signed McKinney.
That's right. Yeah, I definitely can't take a safety. No, that'd be crazy. This probably just ain't updated.
And they're for sure BPA because they never grabbed Aaron Rodgers as a receiver ever.
You know what they always do? They always go take an edge rusher here. So, no, but they got dudes on deck for that. Interior defensive line would be a real need for them. There's not an option.
Campbell left.
You know, what'd be interesting though.
What?
Chris Jenkins would be interesting here
in the first round at 25.
Yeah, I'm not saying I would do it, but I'm you know, from a Packers side, we know how they do it, right? They'll put a guy in the limb develop. Chris Jenkins.
I was high on Devontae Wyatt coming out, but I don't. He
hasn't really popped? I like Brandon.
Like him?
Hold on, let me refresh because I don't have my notes out. I know I like Brandon Dolores, but his size just isn't there. I don't know, bro. Chris Jenkins is intriguing, bro. Chris Jenkins is real intriguing. They did lose their tackle. Was it their left tackle that they lost? Yeah, they lost Bakhtiari.
Yeah, Bakhtiari. Yeah.
See, if I knew more about Latham, it'd be easy. Sorry, go ahead.
I'd probably grab Latham. I mean, you could do whatever you want. I think they're going tackle though. They kind of.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take him because I don't know. I'm assuming he's a left tackle, so I'm just gonna take him.
Yeah.
Are you drafting for all the teams? Yes, we are. Chef Talk Lions. Yes, we are. Are you wearing a chef hat there? It looks good.
Yeah, chef's the homie.
26.
All right. Latu just feels like a fit. You got Vita Vea. You got Kalijah Cansey. What's his name? Diaby? Yaya Diaby.
Yep. Great athlete, yeah.
Who's the other edge right now?
I don't know. I know they lost Shaq Barrett, so
yeah, Latu.
You said Tampa? Their other edges, let me pull it up real fast. Yeah, their other edges, they have Joe Tryon Shoyinka.
How's he?
First round pick. He was the first round pick. I mean,
what's his name? How you spell it?
A couple years ago. It was Tryon Shoyinka. I don't know how you pronounce his name exactly. That's why they let go of Shaq Barrett, I believe.
How you spell it?
Tryon. SH.
Oh, I see it. Joe.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Joe. He had 5 sacks last year. 5 sacks, 1 batted ball.
I don't think that's a bad idea though. It'd be a lot to the defensive line because they have Logan Hall who they put in there too. It'd be a lot.
He's actually starting for them too.
You know what though?
Actually, the back half of the season he didn't start though.
Let me give you a name that I think is interesting here. If we're going to like by position need, Edgerrin Cooper does feel interesting here because they lost Devin White.
Yeah.
Right. So like this is a really good athlete. It'd be a little bit unnatural because he doesn't really play that role all the time. But if he also can plug into some of the Shaq Barrett role too, I think Cooper would be interesting. It wouldn't be
I don't
BPA,
like
I don't
taking
think,
linebackers early like that.
That's true, but who did? Tampa Bay did. They took Devin White in the top 10.
Yeah, that's like back then when he could do that, or when that was a thing.
But at 24, if you think like he's got a little edge in him, like, hey, we can pop him on the edge and let him rush.
Edgerrin Cooper?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Chat for Wiggins. Let's give our third for Wiggins. Well, hold up, chat. You know what Brad Holmes doing? We in the background working right now. We ain't got to move.
Yeah, you know what? I like the versatility there. If he can rush the passer too, yeah.
I mean, I do have questions about his actual arsenal as a pass rusher, but he has a lot of success as a pass rusher. He's like a big QB spy for them. And he's an awesome run defender.
Cooper has length and athleticism to be a starting caliber linebacker in the NFL in a downhill role. His lack of anticipation and instincts for deeper coverage work will likely keep him from being picked in the first round. There you go.
Hold up. I mean, I don't know who you're reading that from, but I'm Brad Holmes. I mean, you should trust Brad Holmes or whatever that was. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Very true. Wait, Brad Holmes. I'm Joel Light right now.
Easy.
Right?
I'm like 16 dudes at once. All right. You ever seen that movie? Where
Everywhere and Everything at Once?
No, not that one. That one works too, though.
You're the Asian lady? How about Nate Wiggins? They just traded away.
They just traded away Carlton.
Though. He can't play man like that. He's too little.
You don't think Nate Wiggins can play man?
No, I don't think he can.
Okay. They do have some big body corners, though. You're right. They do have some big body corners. Latu?
Yeah, I'm taking Latu.
All right. That was a bad pick. All right. On to 27. We got Arizona. I was probably gonna take him for the Lions, to be honest with you. So the fact that you took him is a little bit disgusting. All right.
Oh, that's right.
Arizona. Yeah. Okay.
They got Malik Neighbors earlier. I think you're muted. Unless you're not talking.
My goodness, man. This mic is crazy.
You just have to get a new one or figure out what the hell's going on.
I think I hooked it up wrong. I think the fact that I put it like on the bottom, it was a terrible decision. I gotta like put it up. I just got to reset how I hooked this thing up.
Yeah.
Their offensive line's a disaster. They did add Jonah Williams though, so they have their tackles. Could they go into your offensive line here? No, I don't want any of those dudes. No, thank you. Is there a tackle that could kick in? That's still here? No. I mean, bro, they need a corner big time. Like, I'm just thinking, oh, this is easy. Why am I overthinking this? Nate Wiggins. What are we doing?
Yeah, for sure. And you know what? They got a defensive coordinator at head coach too. They're feisty and competitive last year. I'm kind of excited to see what they do going forward.
They were pretty good with Kyler. I got to give him that. I didn't expect it. When he came back, they were tough, and it was good. He was like teams that you're rooting for to lose. I thought they were going to beat San Fran. I was like, bro, they might go get him. But yeah, their quarterback position is a mess, and they're all super young. So go get a top tier guy in there. Rashawn Murphy-Bunting, that's your number one. That's not a number one. You need quarterback help.
Yeah. For the Buffalo Bills, this one's easy for me. I don't know how I feel about him coming press off the line, but I still think he plays X to the next level. I kind of liked him for my Lions, but how do you not go get Josh Allen, a receiver, right here? You got rid of Gabriel Davis. They signed someone, though, didn't they?
You said Josh Allen at receiver.
No, I'm saying go get Josh Allen, a receiver. I apologize.
Oh, okay. No, you're good. You're good.
What, they signed a receiver, though. Who'd they sign?
They, because they replaced what's his name? Gabe Davis.
Which?
Let me double check.
They signed Curtis Samuel.
Oh, okay. Hey, that's probably an upgrade, to be honest.
No, for sure.
They've needed a number 2 though for a long time. Like, do you believe Curtis Samuel's a legit number 2?
No,
I don't know.
I mean, he looks like that at times. In the past.
Now, I will say this though. So they brought Taylor Rapp back, and I thought Taylor Rapp was fine last year, but their other safety is Cam Lewis. If there's a team that could take a safety, maybe here. I mean,
Yeah.
they brought back, their dude at edge, so they got that kind
Yeah,
of.
and this is a deep receiver class too.
I like your receiver idea, but
No, yeah, give
Tyler
me
Newman's
Newman.
he takes the fall away.
Give me
So
Newman because I just let Poirier go. Poirier.
he's gonna take the ball away. So
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah.
All
Okay.
right.
So here, I
Here
feel
it
like
is.
because we're both doing this, we gotta come to a
Agree.
conclusion on this pick for our first
Okay.
mock. Unless you want me to just take it, but I feel like we should come to a conclusion because it's our first one, and then we can rotate going forward. But I think here, I will say this: we haven't talked about this, but I think we're gonna do some Lions only mocks going forward, of course.
Yeah.
So let's kind of come together what we're thinking about this one. You
Okay.
give your thoughts, I'll give mine. Anything that stands out early to you here?
I hate this board right here. Not gonna lie.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. Kool-Aid McKinstry just chilling there is nasty, bro. That got me hyped just seeing that. I didn't even realize he was still available. You still got Rakestraw is a dog. Oh my goodness, you got Robinson on the board.
Tampa.
I mean, do we go receiver? To me, and I'll say that. Let me just kind of break down the way I'm looking at Mitchell. Right when I'll go by position, Mitchell to me is the best receiver here available outside of Ricky. I think Ricky, even though he's a round 2 guy, would be an amazing fit to replace Josh Reynolds.
Absolutely.
Peyton Wilson would shock me. I don't think they'll do that. I don't think they'll go offensive tackle here because this is not a guy that I'm pulling at guard. He's 6'7.5". I don't think he's going to guard.
No.
I mean, you could go edge though. What are you thinking? Is there a position that you're looking at? I'm talking a lot.
How old is Tyler Guyton?
How old is he?
Yeah.
I actually don't know. It's a good question. I don't know. He's a guy that played defensive end though. He just hasn't played a lot of tackle, right? So, and he's coming off of playing right tackle.
Did you ever watch Tampa? Did you like Tampa?
I did. Remember, he was the guy that I said, like, if he hit his ceiling, he could be like Richard Sherman.
Yeah. Did he run the 40? He didn't run the 40. I don't think he did.
No, he didn't. No, he did not. I know Kool-Aid's my top corner that's available grade-wise.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to think, is there a guy that I like more? I think I like TJ Tampa's ball skills, though. And, we've talked about that. And everybody that they seemingly bring in, I'll take the football away, man. So it's like,
yeah,
I'd be shocked if they went back down that road and got a player like that.
I mean, I know it's I feel like it's kind of polarizing, but I'd probably pick Tampa. I think
you would. Let me see.
But I'm like, are we looking at this needs based or like? Because Brad, Brad's.
I'm trying to just take the best player.
There.
I'm trying to take the best player, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Did they visit with Kingsley?
I had him with 5 ball skills. I had him average on ball skills. But I got him great in football intelligence. So it's like, what did you say? Did they visit with Kingsley?
Yeah.
I don't know. You've been on those. I actually have no idea.
Yeah, I'll tell you right now.
Okay.
I need the max win. Will you stop saying that? All right. Detroit Lions.
Yeah, I would take Kool-Aid here, chat. I'm gonna put it out. That's where I'm.
That's gonna love Kool-Aid. They're gonna be all over that.
I think he's BPA from what I've seen.
All right. So they met with Xavier Leggett. They met with Brian Thomas Jr. They met with Devontae Walker. All 6 up and fast receivers. Kingsley is the only offensive lineman they met with. Kingsley Samatulaha, whatever.
One of the guys I haven't really got to yet. Be honest.
That's Penei Sewell's cousin. I saw some tape. I watched one game and I didn't watch anymore because I was disgusted. It was really bad in my opinion.
Oh, it was brutal.
Yeah,
but he is a thought that he has guard flexibility.
Yes, it's like OT/guard. Then obviously Penei is there too. That's like their cousins and whatnot.
Right.
I'm cool with Kool-Aid. If that's what you want to go. I think it's between those two.
What's your favorite option? What's your favorite option here?
So I know a knock on Kool-Aid is that he doesn't really make. All right, you tell me this. How do you feel about him in like press man at the NFL level?
I'll say this.
Or just man.
Oh, goodness. Do you hear that?
Yeah, is that your sister again?
I'll keep 1 second.
Because I know there's a chat. Hear me out. I'm gonna read some comments too. But I remember my takeaway. One of my takeaways from Kool-Aid was he didn't have like the quickness, like the stickiness. I think he was great off ball, But I don't know if he was great up close. I think he was better off like further from the line of scrimmage or playing off coverage.
Yeah, off man
I don't
coverage.
think he was like quick. But he's only 21.
Here's the thing. Here's why I like it. I don't think, and again, I could be wrong. I know we talked about this. I think guys that are really good in off-man coverage, the Lions are on board with. I'm looking at the cornerbacks that we have brought in. I think a lot of them thrive there. Now, Carlton Davis does shake it up a little bit, but I think for the most part, a lot of them thrive in kind of the off-man spot. Now, I think you also could argue, though, not to take a cornerback just because of, where we're at. Like what we have at the cornerback room. So, it's like couldn't you make a legit argument not to just to not take a cornerback because of what we've done? I mean, if you bring him in, I guess what is he gonna do? Start in front of Sutton? I mean, you could. There's nothing you could do it, but
yeah. But Brad's going
BPA.
Best guy there. Yeah.
That's why he'd be my best player available from what I've seen so far. But I don't want to make this pick, so I'm on board with. We like.
How about
Dan
Mitchell?
Brad
How about
here.
you have your ex?
See, I don't dislike that. I'm a Mitchell fan. I'm a Mitchell fan. He'd be the best receiver I think that's out there left.
You want to put it in the chat pool?
So Mitchell and Kool-Aid, that's what we're down to?
Yeah, unless you want to throw like 2 extra names.
I know if we put Chop Robinson just based on the chat, that's what's going to get the votes. Yeah. So I don't want to put that because I don't think Chop is a better prospect than those two, personally.
Yeah, and I don't know if he fits.
Like, I like him, but I don't think he's a better prospect. Maybe, but if you do, I'll put him in there.
Do you think he's a Dan Campbell guy, Chop?
That's actually a good question.
I feel like for like all the traits he possessed, and then playing opposite of Ida Isaac or Disa Isaacs, he should have had more production.
Right. What was his stat line? You know his stat line?
He only had 4 sacks.
Oh, gotcha.
You know,
Go ahead. Yeah, do your thing.
No, say what you're saying. I'm pulling it up.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. We've seen guys have production, right? Tryon Shoyinka, for example, had, I think 0 sacks in his last year when he got drafted in the first round. So we've seen that.
Yeah.
And if the Lions, and to be honest, where the Lions are at edge, I think when you bring in Davenport and you have what you have, you could be okay with saying, hey, the guy doesn't need to pop immediately. If the traits are there, that's the player we want. Like, it doesn't have to be immediate. It's like for example, the Latu thing where you said you think his ceiling could be a little bit tapped because of his age, that kind of deal. Like, you could go the opposite way and swing the other way. Partly that's why, honestly, the other guy I'd put at this spot would be Darius Robinson. He'd be another guy that I'd throw into this mix because the fit would be a little awkward with Pascal and Kaminsky. But even Darius Robinson, where you might be like, okay, it might take a minute if we're going to play him at this spot. I'm on board with that. Where was Chop Robinson? I thought Chop Robinson actually handled Michigan pretty well against the run. I'm going to be honest with you. From what I'm remembering, I can't find my notes right now, but from what I remember, I thought he actually played the run pretty well in that game. Because if you remember, Michigan didn't run the ball well. They ran a lot, but they didn't do anything running the football.
He had a 1-5 10-yard split too. He ran a 4-4. Chop did.
Hey, yo,
3.5-inch arms.
we gotta have Easy stop looking stuff up, man. He's starting to buy in, yo.
I know. And then, and I'm not a big PFF guy, but like if you want for shits and giggles, I shouldn't have looked at it. But the overall pass rush grade on the season was 92.
So here we go. Let me give a quick little background just for everybody that's out there. 6'2.5", 254. Chop Robinson, that's his size. Transfer from Maryland. A little background info. What were my notes on it? So for me personally, I had notes. I thought twitchy off the ball, out of stance. So I had him pushing a great grade off the line of scrimmage. I had him as a really darn good pass rusher as well. I thought his play strength against the run was a little bit closer to average. I thought I was pushing a little bit closer to average. And then I liked his hand use, thought his shed ability was average. And then I thought his flexibility was his biggest strength as well as his closing ability. Great knee bend, very bendy, loose hips. So, look, as a pass rusher, bro, there's a lot of things that I clearly liked about this dude. I thought his motor was above average.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
Late run pursuit was solid. Good effort, one-on-one with the tackle, short yardage versus the run. And then I liked his closing. So I don't think I've done a full deep dive. I went through 6 of his games to put this report, but I liked his upside against the run clearly, but I also wrote on the top that he's intelligent. I don't know why I wrote that on there. Maybe he did like a math thing or something. Reads sets very well.
Dude,
Intelligent pass rusher, I guess. I guess I liked him there. So I don't know. I liked him as a pass rusher. It's legit. So I'm just telling you, here's how I lay on these. My 3 right here. I clearly like Chop Robinson. So if we do it, I'm not mad at it. But
he could jump into rotation immediately too.
He could. But I'm just trying to think, right? Because then he'd jump in that rotation, right? At 254, he would jump in that clear rotation because he's more of a coverage piece too. He drops a little bit more than like
As you're saying,
you're not going to drop Robertson, right? So he would rotate with James Houston and Marcus Davenport. And then when Davenport kicks inside, he'd give you an edge presence with James Houston, which could be fine because if James Houston misses time, then you don't have anybody on the edge. So from an injury side, he'd give you some flexibility too.
To be honest, too, like he has the traits where like Houston does some things I've never seen, or did some things I've never seen that rookie year. And I feel like Chop has the athletic traits where like Houston might be able to teach him some of those moves.
I see what you're saying.
But there are also things I've never seen anyone else do before. So maybe just Houston can do those things. I think I talked myself into Chop, dude. I was never a Chop guy. I really wasn't.
Wait, we can't. No, time out. No, we can't draft this dude. We can't draft him. You can't come into the draft on the war room on draft day and tell me I was never that a fan of this dude.
I know.
And when the clock starts, you talk yourself into
dude. The traits are crazy. The traits are crazy.
Okay, but what did you ask me? Right? You said, "Is he a Dan Campbell guy?"
Yeah.
And what do you think of when you asked that question? Why'd you ask me that?
Because I feel like he should have like a deeper repertoire of moves. You know, I think he's kind of just going straight off his athleticism. But like Dan Campbell guys, I feel like they got a love for the game where like they're going and figure that out. You know what I'm saying? Like you also got Terrell Williams.
I'll say this: I had him with average bull rush strength. So we talking about the bag that he has. So yeah, I like his bend a little more, inside outside wins. So I guess to your point though, that would plug in pretty well with James Houston.
The gauntlet.
Well,
is that where they run down a straight line at the combine?
Wait, time out. Easy, bro. What are we doing? Are we looking up combine workouts?
Well, no. Somebody in the chat said that he killed the gauntlet, and Spinny said that too.
Okay,
I don't know what the hell that is. Though. I just realized I don't really know. I think I'm getting that confused with like.
That's actually, I don't know on top of my head what the gauntlet is. I'd have to look that up. Wait, what? Was there a certain drill that stuck out to you? Because I know you watched some of the combine. Was there like something that stuck out to you at the combine?
No, not at all. That's what I'm seeing in the chat though. From the for trying to make a case for an echo right there. Just trying to make a case for Keon Coleman.
Oh, okay. You're talking about Keon. I got you.
Yeah. I guess put in the chat, Chop, Kool-Aid, or Mitchell.
I don't.
You already know who the chat's picking.
I know that. Yeah, I know who the chat's picking. Well, this easy. This is our mock draft for 1.0.
Okay.
So I want to know. I'm putting you on the spot. You have to give me one name. You can't give me two names. You got one name. Give me a name, and I'll give you a name. We'll do it on 3, and we'll see what we say.
All right.
Here we go.
Oh, God.
All right. 12, 11.
Oh, shit.
Other way. Let's go. No, hold up. Let's go to 1.
I like that. You give me some time.
Okay. 12, 11, 10, 9. Oh, snap. We're running out of time. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Kool-Aid McKinstry.
Chop Robinson.
Dog, you cheated, dog. All right. We didn't establish anything with that. We just said 2 different names.
Because you said 3, and then when you did start the countdown, my head's like, 1. We're gonna say it.
Oh, okay. Well, let's try it again. Bet. Watch this.
All right. So 3.
We'll go on 3. I'll start at 1. 1. He said him. Write it down, bro. Shit. Wait, you got a pad and paper?
You know what? This is your pick. Your pick. And then I'll go
Hey,
opposite next time.
no,
I'll get
okay,
odd
how about
numbers
this?
next time.
I like that. I like that. We'll do that. So
All right.
so I'll do this to the discussion.
Okay.
Watch this. I'm down to 2 players, and I want your thoughts.
Okay.
I'm either going to take Kool-Aid McKinstry, or I'm going to take Darius Robinson. What's your thoughts?
Oh, I'm not in love with Darius Robinson.
Okay, that's why I asked you, Dan. You know, I just had
Yeah.
to get a sense.
So
So we're gonna take Kool-Aid.
yeah, let's go Kool-Aid.
Let's go Kool-Aid.
I think that's the thing too is like, so you know how he had that Jones fracture? Do you think that had anything to do with like the quickness that we were like concerned about? Because like coming into this year, he was supposed to be like him. Like he was supposed to be like the number one prospect. The numbers were still there too. Like he's pretty much locked down. The ball didn't come his way very often last year. Was it the Jones fracture that like made him seem slower? He's also only 21.
No, yeah. Well, one, you know, just like with Branch, you can't go wrong with taking corners at Alabama. And I thought with Kool-Aid, you know, you would see plays. I can remember recently I was watching. Who was that? I think I was watching him against Texas. You know, just watching games, and I was actually watching for the offensive player. And you'll see plays like where he's just dropping off coverage and he's flying out there just making a play. So to your point, athletically, you know, probably not top of the market, but at the same time, is Carlton Davis, is Amik Robertson. Amik Robertson actually can really run, so let me take that back. But
Yeah,
some of those dudes aren't like the top of those numbers, you know. So
yeah,
I don't know. The biggest issue that I have with taking McKinstry here would be the fit, just because we've invested so much at corner. It's like taking another corner. It's like, okay, how do we make this work? But if we're just taking BPA, I'm taking my BPA. So like my man says, Kool-Aid not starting. But to be honest, I might just be sitting Cam Sutton. Like, bro, hey, look, bro, Cam Sutton's not locked into a deal next year. Cam, you might just be a bench guy. I mean, it just is what it is. You have to figure it out.
Also, Brad and Dan don't care. Like they took Jack and Jack didn't start the season.
Jack. Oh, yeah. This is true.
Jack at 18.
I did not see that happening either. Because I was focused on need, Rad. I mean, easy. I'm sorry, I can say that. I was focused on need, though. That's why I had no vision of Jack Campbell, right? Because
the same thing too with Gibbs. They took they signed Montgomery in the same offseason. And then he started too.
Yep.
Plus, like I think at corner, and I think we had this conversation like a couple of weeks ago too, is like I'm cool with having as much depth as possible at corner, especially after like what we went through last year with like just losing Emmanuel Mosley and off rip.
Yeah.
Or who's to say like some? I mean, I don't want.
Carlton Davis has missed time, and to me, he's our number one next year.
Yes, that's a great point.
If he's not out there, who's my like? Let's go into this. Let's say for one game he misses a preseason game, whatever. What does my cornerback unit look like? Cam Sutton's my one now.
Yeah.
Vance, how are we feeling?
I'm taking Kool-Aid actually for sure, because I also feel like although Carlton Davis probably a little bit more physical or can be, but also I feel like Kool-Aid can learn that. He's only 21 years old. I feel like Carlton Davis is a good build from to learn off of.
True.
Do we get arm length for Kool-Aid?
Actually,
did you get measured?
Yeah, I think he did. I was gonna try to pull it up over here. My computer was just stopped loading, so in the background I was trying to pull it up. I couldn't pull anything up.
Yeah, my laptop died. 32-inch arms. So
that's solid. That's real solid. It's kind of average.
Actually, imagine that 5'11". I thought he was taller. He looks lankier.
He does. He definitely does. Yeah.
Yeah, Kool-Aid. I have no issue taking Kool-Aid at all whatsoever.
I like it. All right. Well, let's keep it moving, chat. We're on to pick number 30, and we have Baltimore on the clock. What do you think, Easy?
Let me see this draft board. Hold on.
Let's go through a little slow here.
They just had a lot of offensive linemen leave. I don't know if they could afford to sit Guyton, though, to learn if they're in a championship window. Who is
their
tackles? Oh, you know what? They just lost Patrick Queen. Is Peyton Wilson nice like that? Like, would you want
to? That's actually interesting. I have some concerns about him taking on blocks, but I think if you could protect him, he can handle it. I mean, he's your typical today linebacker, right? He's the guy that's thin. You know, Cooper's the only guy that really like stack and shed kind of like throwback feel. So,
all right, Bo Nix. I'm just kidding. Give me Mitchell. Give me Mitchell for the Ravens.
All right. I want to pick 31. San Fran. San Fran needs interior defensive line, I think, still. I don't think there's anybody out here. We already looked at this. I don't know. I'm pulling this up. Could they go
here?
Could they go Rook here? I don't know. I could see them pulling a let's go get a dang defensive lineman. Try to figure that out.
They lost Eric Armstead. They signed Leonard Floyd, who I think plays more
edge.
Yeah. Or Armstead kind of played inside a little bit there. Darius Robinson would be a good fit for them to replace Eric Armstead.
That's actually a good point. I mean, Armstead to me would be like more of your typical like 3 technique, right? But like Robinson did play in the interior, so if you're like willing to move him around, only other thing would be the offensive line, because really outside of left tackle, they were kind of a mess. Tyler Guyton playing right tackle.
I think outside his broad jump, the combine numbers were like kind of horrendous. So I don't know if he's going to play edge at the next level. I think he might be more of an interior guy at the next level.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take Tyler Guyton. I think athletically speaking, he's a pretty darn good athlete as a mover. And I know San Fran loves their wide zone stuff. So for a guy that could just plug in at right tackle, we'll just keep it simple over there. But I see what you're saying. Defense line would have made sense.
Final
pick?
McConkey to the Chiefs.
Now they did, but they signed Marquise Brown. He still went Ladd?
I hate Marquise Brown.
Hey, they're different players, so I admit it.
Wow. Why you do that to me, Dion? I was so sure.
Sorry. But hold on,
let me check.
They brought Steed back. You're right, bro. Could they go D line? I mean, they.
Kool-Aid would have been nice there. It's a little Snead replacement.
But we got him.
Yes, sir. Hold on. I just want to check something real quick since you said. Okay. Maybe question everything. Because does he play? Does he play outside Brown or does he play
Marquise?
I know he plays a little bit slot, but is it like all the time?
No, I think he plays wide. Significant steps at wide.
Okay, yeah. They give me Ladd McConkey because I feel like Ladd gonna play a slot.
Bro, that's actually like a nice upgrade for them at receiver. So
it'd be beautiful.
I'm at that. I mean, but do you think there's a scenario before I click it? Do you think there's a scenario where like a Roman Wilson could shock some people and go here? Because Roman Wilson does bring much longer speed, I feel like, than Ladd.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't be shocked by that at all.
Or even
hold on though. Let me check some. Well, yeah.
I mean, Franklin would be like your pure wide, but his hands are kind of messy.
Yeah,
so
I think I Rasheed Rice for that.
I like Ricky here, dog. I ain't gonna lie. I like Ricky here. All right, Ladd it is. Here we go. Come on, PFF. What we got? They grade this, right?
Oh, they grade us?
I don't think so. I think it was so good they were just like, no, let's stay away from that.
You know, these guys are actually these guys did it.
Yo, chat, tomorrow go to PFF's homepage. This might be on there. They might be like, hey, mock draft 7.0. Bam.
Wow. How about this? Ladd McConkey, Roman Wilson, same 40 time.
Okay. See, I didn't know that.
How about the 10? Does 10-yard really matter for receivers?
I thought about Fisk. Michael. I don't know that he's the perfect pairing with Chris Jones, but they do need an interior. Nadi was not it last year.
Holy shit, they all have the same like 10 yards split. I don't think they matter receivers though. Did any receivers do 3-cone? Pearsall did.
Pearsall was a dog, bro. I don't think his 3-cone was great, was it?
No, I'm just looking up random combine numbers. I was trying to compare Roman and Ladd. I feel like Ladd's a better route runner than Roman though.
I could hear that. Yeah, I think definitely depending on what route tree you ask him, yeah. Like I don't know. I haven't seen enough of Roman to be honest.
Yeah.
Roman to me, with having Marquise Brown, probably wouldn't be the smartest thing. Ladd does mix it up a little bit. He gives him something a little different. I like Jenkins. Lions need potential starters at line receiver and edge. Should be wide receiver maybe in the 5th. Yeah, I can see it. If Josh doesn't come back, absolutely. I think they're gonna do it. Potential starters, they need depth at offensive line. Zeitler's a starter. He's better than what we had there. And then edge, maybe. I mean, again, I could see what you're saying. I think possibly. I think they're honestly in a solid spot at defensive end, but I'm kind of alone on that.
They're so straight on defense right now.
That's what I think. They're in a pretty good spot. The only thing is like you just know the injury history, so I can understand where people like want to add depth behind. They want to add depth behind James and Marcus Davenport. I get that. But on the flip side, one, that role's not consistently on the field, right? Pascal still needs a big spot to step into. And 2, just because I need that is not going to make me make my first round pick that. Like just because I feel like I might need some depth, I'm not using my first round pick for a guy some depth. These first round picks have become so crucial now because we don't have all these trade assets anymore. I just need to get the dang best player and move on. because it's gonna be hard to keep everybody around going forward. Now we're gonna have to start paying some dudes. That's gonna be the challenge. I'm just taking the best. I ain't even looking at it like that.
That's a great point.
You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, McKinstry looks good. All right, Cam Sutton, you're gonna walk. We'll figure it out. Carlton Davis. We still have to make a big decision there. He's here this year. But if he balls out, bro, he's going to ask for some money. He's at that age where he's going to get paid a lot. So you're going to have a lot of decisions to make immediately next year at cornerback again. It is going to reset. These guys aren't locked up outside of Amik Robertson. Even his cap number doubles. So
many guys to pay.
That's it. Yeah, I got dudes to pay. So, and cornerback's one of those spots, like that's one of the only positions that Brad Holmes is actually legitimately paid with Cam Sutton. Like he's actually put some money into a position there. So we know those dudes cost. Do you think the Lions with that board would just have traded back? Maybe. I think it's possible. I think the fifth year is valuable, but I think fifth year is valuable, but not as much on a corner. I think maybe. I mean, to me though, like again, I would have been cool with taking Kool-Aid. I think Kool-Aid's worth that pick, absolutely. So just depends on who you're talking to, I guess.
No,
Easy wasn't feeling it. So
I was all on board with Kool-Aid just because like everything you just said about Carlton Davis, and I feel like I don't always buy a lot into like veteran presences for rookies. I mean, I think it matters, but like with like the team that we have in terms of the coaches being like half like all former pros, like I think that kind of makes up for that in some ways. I did talk with GQ a while back though, and he said that like it's not always the same in those situations though, because a lot of time those coaches played in a different era where like the game was just played differently, called differently by the referees and whatnot too. So but I remember with Darius Slay too. Rasheed Mathis was a huge part of his progression.
Yeah, that's a good point. Slay took a minute back when he was rocking that number 30. That wasn't immediate. You might be onto something there. That might be more normal with corners than we think.
Yeah. So actually, I really like Carlton Davis for if we were to, if we grabbed Kool-Aid, I really like that one obviously could be a future pairing. I mean, there's two longer body corners, right? That I think everyone loves. Look at the Chiefs, and then Tree. I think it's a good guy to learn from because although Carlton's a little bit longer, he's obviously not the most athletic, and that's what Kool-Aid's dealing with too. So like if we're gonna move forward with Kool-Aid, who not to learn from than a guy like Carlton.
It's the one position that we legit have just not invested in the draft. So I have no issue with finally putting a pick there. It's like, bro, let's just see what it's gonna look like. Let's just let's get a dog in the building. Like chat. I mean, come on, man. Just quick, Lozano. I mean, at what point last year did we just sit there like, can we just get a dog in this room? Like, I mean, at what point are we just gonna go get an animal that has the upside to be that dude on the outside? Watching all these top defense, they have dudes. Whether you want to call him number one or not. It's like, bro, can we get a dog that can just develop into an animal out here? We just don't have that body type here. We haven't put that in the building yet.
No, we haven't. And I want to double check on this too. I'm pretty sure Kool-Aid was only targeted like 40-something times. Which, like, I don't know if it's by design. Like, teams just like were kind of scared of the name or what. But, like, that means he's pretty fucking good. He's only getting targeted like 4 times throughout the college season. I mean, he kind of helped develop Terrion Arnold, really, just because he got targeted so many times. I don't know if you're muted or not.
I was. I am muted. I haven't seen, like I said, I haven't really focused on Arnold. I thought McKinstry was their best corner when I watched him.
Wow. Okay, so here's the numbers according to PFF. He was targeted only 39 times, but he allowed 19 receptions, so 50% completion percentage going his way. He only allowed 1 touchdown last year.
In the SEC, though.
Dude, he only allowed 3 touchdowns his entire career at Alabama. Unless you played a 4th year and I can't scroll to see it.
Easy. How about that nickname, though, too? I mean, come on. Kool-Aid. Everybody talks about Kool-Aid in Detroit. Now you got a corner that's literally named Kool-Aid. Bro.
Yeah, actually, I think I just fell back in love with Kool-Aid, to be honest with you. And I know when did you watch today? You watched Texas, you said?
Who?
You watched Texas, Alabama today?
Yeah, I think I did, yeah.
Donnie Mitchell, I know I saw him get Donald.
I watched it yesterday.
In breaking route. But like how do you those 2 touchdowns you got, who was that on? Was that on Kool-Aid?
Was that on? Oh no, there was the deep touchdown that was to Worthy. Because I was watching for Worthy. That wasn't on Kool-Aid.
Oh, okay.
I don't think either of them were. I remember him breaking up a touchdown pass. No, actually, there was one. I think there was one. He did like I think Worthy got him on. That might have been his only touchdown he gave up. He got him on like a whip route, and he broke it back outside. And he was trying to pass it off to the safety, and it was like, it was like that little thing that Kansas City did in the Super Bowl, kind of, where he like motions in, you think he's going across formation, so he starts to give it off, and then he planted and he broke back outside, and Worthy can just fly, so he just broke back outside, and he ended up scoring a touchdown there. I think that was the touchdown that he gave up in that game.
So that's like a team thing too. Then,
yeah, they had him schematically on Worthy like that. It was like, okay, that dude just can fly. So I didn't even know who Worthy was, so I had to check him out. Because honestly, I kind of forgot about him for a mock draft, but I was like, should he be a first round guy? I didn't fall in love with him in terms of his aggressiveness as a pass catcher, but again, like a Worthy in Kansas City. Like when you think about Kansas City, it's like, bro, you think of any receiver that's like a freaky athlete, you're like, oh, could you imagine?
Yeah,
could you imagine how that would look? So, man, yeah. Let me pull this up real quick. Just be
Worthy on a whip route would be disgusting too, because he's literally just set the combine record. He's fast as shit.
Oh yeah, he just ran away from him. It was like, okay,
like you're not doing much there, to be honest.
No, and he was if it was him, which I think it was, he was like in the play. He was just like, it wasn't gonna happen. He was gonna recover and catch up to him. He only needed like 4 yards. Yeah, he was like right on the end zone.
It is what it is.
That's it. I want to pull this up real quick just to, and if I'm holding you up easy, man, hey.
No, you're fine. I'm about to hop in the chat and see what. All right.
Okay.
What you pulling up?
Yeah, I had my notes over here, and I was trying to. I think I got my computer to start to move, so I wanted to pull it up real quick just so I could. People. Oh, here it is. Oh, it's not linked. That's why. It's like, why can't I see nothing? Yeah, cool. Okay, no. Well, hold up. What did Kool-Aid come listed in as? What'd you say? Wait, time out. Where'd you get your measurements from?
Great question. I think it was the first page on Google.
Okay. They could be accurate. This could be inaccurate. He obviously was at the combine when I wrote this before the combine, so there's a chance this is inaccurate. I had him listed just over 6 foot, 195. 3-year junior, which I love those. Guy that just was that from Bama, Brian Branch. 3-year junior, I love that. And then I think I read this to you, but like some of the notes that I had, just to go through them, like disciplined eyes, to read the hips, controls routes through press. Great balance to the top of the route, which I think is, huge for what we're talking about here. Great angles, attacking at the catch point, squeezes airspace, reading the wide receiver, eyes play the ball. Excellent zone coverage sense for route combinations. Easy sink, top of the route. Eye balance for half turn and off man coverage, which I think Amik Robertson, Carlton Davis both kind of thrive there. My knocks where he will get stacked on double moves and lose phase, looking for connection through the hip. Occasionally allows routes to break free late, so you get broken plays. Average recovery burst and acceleration, can lose level 1 routes, and doesn't defend a run with his hair on fire. Has the body type and flashes great effort fighting through wide receiver blocks. So I ended up giving him a higher grade than Darius Robinson when I had that video out there, chat, just so y'all know.
Absolutely should be grade higher than Darius Robinson. All due respect to Darius Robinson. Combine, NFL.com, 5'11 and a half, 199. 32-inch arms, 8.5 hands.
Easy. Hold up, bro. Easy. This is the last sentence I wrote, man.
What is it?
Speed is not elite, which is exactly what you said. Speed is not elite, but his balance and ball skills are great. Bro, that's what we've been signing, Easy. Like, I feel like we've been adding those pieces, so I feel
Carlton Davis. Wrong. That's literally Carlton Davis.
That's what our guys are taking. We got guys that are going to take the football away.
Yeah.
And are natural and all. Like, you can't, to your point, like, you got to be able to bring some press to the table. You got to bring some off, man. Like you said, you got to bring some half turn.
Bro, you know what, too? I think
you're junior.
I think for what he is as a prospect, just from to begin with, like how he was the hyped and the nickname Kool-Aid and everything like that, for him to like be kind of casted off in the draft process, is gonna put a chip on his shoulder. And like, who does Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell love more than a player coming in with a chip on his shoulder? Like, who knows they could like play at like elite level because they were that their whole lives. Like, I just feel like he's gonna be hungry because I feel like he feels disrespected. I feel like he should feel disrespected because only being targeted 39 times and only allowing 19 catches and only 3 touchdowns in your entire collegiate career. That's amazing. Those are amazing numbers. You know what I'm saying?
And even to that, like, Okudah had outstanding numbers, remember? And that didn't work, right? So it's like, you still got to be able to play.
He was even more athletic, to be honest with you, too.
Yeah.
I don't know why that kid didn't work out. I don't even.
That was
What?
unfortunate.
Why do you think he didn't? Like, why do you think he can't get it going? Is he just not quick enough? Like
I
agile?
don't know. You know what though, and I don't know like what their take was when they drafted him. I always felt like just when watching him, like I always felt like he had issues. Everybody could see it. He had issues getting on the ball. Like he had issues making plays at the catch point.
Shreddish getting the ball.
Like
Clearly,
he couldn't like find it, right? Like he would be in phase, he'd be with him the whole way, then the ball would be thrown up, and then he'd lose the football, and the guy would just make a crazy grab. Like that one scene that got cut short was literally on that play. It was like it always felt like the issue because he would tackle. His run support was always there. I thought, athletically he was great, but it's like schematically you could just put him in a problem. So part of that's not on him. When you're
yeah.
in man and you just run a drag and he's 10 yards off, it's like, what are we doing? Like he's got no chance. You're not even giving the guy a shot. He's not going to run 10 yards and check the guy down. This is the NFL. But on the flip side, it's like, bro, he couldn't play the football. And I don't know that was an issue at college, but I know that he wasn't a big production guy at the catch point in college. He had like 3 interceptions last year, and before that he had no takeaways. He didn't take away football in college. So I don't know. That's what I think. What do you think?
No, I think you're on the money with it because like I think if I'm a coach or even going back at it, like I never wanted him at the 3rd overall pick, but like now that I assess players differently, like, I'm a little bit older and like obviously trying to create content doing this, like as a prospect, how could you not fall in love with him at the cornerback position? Like what 6'3", I think he was, or no, he might have been short.
Yeah, he was probably like 6'1", but he had great size.
Yeah, like I'm saying the speed, like he had the makings of an elite guy. Like he just didn't have the. I don't know, man. He's very dedicated too. Just maybe just don't got
the
it.
injuries killed him too.
Injuries too. Yeah, that
dude
probably could kill a lot of that speed that we gave him credit for. But I even remember him running with staying with guys a few times last year though too. 2 years ago at this point.
Bro, like there's something there. Like I feel like he can make it work with a team if he can just stay on the field. I don't know that he'll ever be like the number one that I don't know if he'll ever level the number 3 pick, but he could be like a starter on the outside. He could be a capable starter on the outside.
I tell you what, I think he's in a perfect scenario right now with like I can't really speak to like their secondary coaching, but like D'Amico Ryans with the Texans, with that front four, like what a place to.
Bro, he'll be. I mean, they have Stingley, so Stingley's like a great athlete when he came out, but he'll be a much better athlete than Steven Nelson was. I mean, he'll be closer athletically when right to Derek Stingley, and it's just like they play a different style, but I mean, they made it work with Nelson, who wasn't a great athlete, and then you had Stingley, who was, and you made them both work at the same time. And obviously, same thing with Thomas too in the slot. Like Thomas could run in a straight line, but he was stiff, man, and they made it work.
This will be my last time, I promise. I'm buying Jeff Okudah stock. I just feel like he's in a situation where it could work out. To be on a last time. I didn't buy into it last year, by the way. I was not. When Atlanta started putting out those no-fly zone graphics, I laughed. I thought that was hilarious. They thought, all due respect to Jeff, and I'm rooting for Jeff. I really am.
Yeah,
he's giving a crap end of the stick between the injuries and Patricia to start his career off. And then we obviously being like 4th right, the Detroit Lions, we haven't got the secondary coach right either. We're going on number 3 right now too. So
it's true.
But I think he's in a position where it could work out, even if he's not like good or great. Just the scenario with like that front four is he's going to be able to capitalize and do his thing. He's not going to be asked to guard the number 1, like you said. Stingley's there too, so
right.
So I think he'll be able to. I think he's going to bounce back.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad. No, I like that. I'm rooting for him, man. I think you remember. I mean, we've seen him have solid play when he came back. When he was with Jerry a couple years ago, they were good at corner. They were solid.
Yeah. Do you remember the game against Jay Jettas? He had a phenomenal game. I mean, obviously he was getting somebody over top of him, but that's how you play Justin Jefferson. Not too many guys being left on the island with Justin Jefferson. So I'm not giving any band-aids to that. The only thing that happened though is like freaking DK Metcalf slaughtered him.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What are their concerns about DK's route running coming out?
Bro, there was, and I bought into him because I didn't watch him. I'm gonna be honest, I just read stuff. Yeah. I was like, oh, you can't route run. But like that game in particular was a great example because you could remember like he was with DK like one time off the release, and then he just kind of ran by him, like he didn't stay in connection. And then the other one, I think he didn't find the football again. He just caught it and just broke away for a touchdown. It was like, it always felt like that was the issue with him. But yeah, Texans is a great landing spot for him, dude. Texans is a great landing spot for him. But I mean, yeah, he's been solid in the NFL when he's been.
I used to hate when people would say like put him at safety, but I'm gonna concede because actually he might be great if he wanted to make that move.
He was always competitive, and I always loved that. Like even not
Yeah,
just tackling, like he always had fire. You remember the Dallas game where he just went crazy? He's like, yo, this
yeah.
dude's tackling. I mean, he had like 10 some tackles. He like chased that dude across the field. Like he popped in that game.
He was thudding. Yeah, I mean I feel like that's how he got the advantage of Jay Jettis in that game too. He's just really really physical with him. Every time he got an opportunity to hit him, he did.
Yeah. Oh
And
yeah.
he's got the size for it too, and he do that against like bigger receivers like that as well. It's like talking it out with you. It definitely I'm still like scratching my head, but yeah, it definitely gets lost and just can't find the ball. And I think
Yeah.
that's the answer. I'm gonna go with that one because like
I
again, if you were to like just mold a prospect, like he would fit that in terms of like attributes physically.
I would say this too. I think, and this could be part of the reason that Cooper moves to safety. Last thought is like part of it. You have to be very fluid. So even if you could run fast in today's NFL, bro, you're not matching with Justin Jefferson if you're not fluid. You can be
Yeah,
straight line fast. He's just gonna out route you, man. But then also, I would say on top of that is like, I think the NFL, there's some that like, like you have Sauce Gardner, super long. He's like kind of a freak. He's on his own path. But most corners, bro, I feel like the top corners, they're gonna take the football away. Like they're type of dudes that are real natural, and the game
yeah,
slows down. Doesn't mean they have to pick it off. It's just the game slows down when the ball goes in the air.
yeah,
They play it like a receiver does. For example, Trayvon Diggs. Now I know he's gotten beat, but he'll take the football away. Like
yeah,
dudes that can like slow down. It feels like when the ball's in the air, it feels like those dudes are gonna last. And then when you start to see the veterans, like even a Stephon Gilmore, man heavy. But while Stephon Gilmore may never light up the interception stat sheet, some of that's you're playing man all the time, so you're not gonna have a lot of interceptions. But at the same time, when you watch Stephon Gilmore, when he's diving on the football and diving on breaks, you're like, oh, he's just on top of it. I think it's part of the reason they like Witherspoon so much. He didn't have to
yeah,
have 10 interceptions coming out, but you could just watch him. You're like, he's just jumping on top of routes. The anticipation has to be there at corner. I
yeah.
think that those are the guys that feel like they thrive is if they can anticipate what's coming.
I honestly like value that in a cornerback more than the interceptions, just because like
Yes.
interceptions at times can be such a luck stat, man. It really can. Like I'd almost say it's even more than like sacks at times when it comes to luck, because like we saw it with Amari Awari. We really
Right.
he had six
Right.
interceptions that year, if I'm not mistaken. Like,
Yep.
but it could be such a luck thing. Like I prefer a guy that's like in the catch window or getting their hands on the ball, or at least being physical enough to receivers that like body catch to where it's like they're not gonna be able to make that move in traffic. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, that's your job, is to stop the ball from being caught. If you get an
Yep.
interception, obviously that's nice, and I love that, and I reward you for it, praise you for that. But like at the end of the day, you just stop. Your job is to stop the ball from getting caught, and
Yep.
that's why I value more. That's why when people try to like use that as a knock towards Carlton Davis, I was like, brother, I don't need that. I just give me the PD. That's the point of the purpose of the job in itself.
Make them work. Make them work to catch the football. That's
Yeah,
exactly how I would think. And it's like it comes down to like at that catch point, but then it's all like also before that, bro. And that's why I know you like Demik Robertson. I do too. It's
yeah,
like what does Carlton Davis do before the ball gets there? That's like it's
physical.
like that's the one thing you don't see with corners because even guys that don't have big interceptions, like, well, are they even throwing his way?
Yeah,
Because like you could see Demik Robertson at one play, Goff just didn't throw it to him because he jumps on the route. It's like the ball
yep,
don't even go there, but we don't see it. But on that play where he jumped the route, he Goff threw it across the other all the way across the field and threw a pick six against the Raiders. And what happened before he threw that pick six was the route that he wanted to go to. Mick Robertson jumped on it, so he didn't go there. So he threw it all across the field. It's like, bro, that's a pick for him. I'm giving him that. We don't see
yeah,
that. The only way you see that with corners is if you watch all 22 because you can't see them on the field. You don't know what they're doing.
exactly. That's why he had Coach DC out from that YouTube channel, all 22 films, because obviously it's one thing for us to say these things, like we're like Lions fans, like
Yeah.
clearly, but to grab somebody from like that's not a Lions fan, or at least probably becoming one, just do like the on the field play, it's just a different perspective. Like it's not me being a slappy, it's not it's not us being fans. It's like this guy's watching the 22 film, and he's like, "Yo, there's something happening here in Detroit," and now he's slowly becoming a Detroit Lions fan now, but it's through like, holy shit, like these guys played ball.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
it's something
No, I
Zeitler
love
mentioned
that.
that every time we sign somebody this free agency, they compliment the way we compete here. So it's not
Yeah.
just us being fans; it's a real thing. That's why they're in the NFC Conference Championship. That's why Mike Green sounds stupid. We have those things to say. He said,
What do you say? What do you say? You feel like you were going
"Oh,
somewhere
he
there.
said the window closed." He said they said the Super Bowl window closed. Yeah, exactly. You see your face, and again, he's national media too. So like, I
Is
get
it?
it. It's
Yeah.
kind of tough to cover all 32 teams. Like just now, we were like, "Oh, what does this team need?" We found ourselves in those situations every now and then, but yeah.
Oh my good bro. Nah, like that whole thing is just disgusting to me. And again, I was trying to hold you up easy. So if you gotta go, do your thing. But it's like that whole idea that like somehow the Packers have now passed us and things like that. It's like, what are we even basing any of this on? I'm like,
It's
bro,
crazy.
y'all are overlooking, and this you said it. I texted you and I was like, yo, I don't remember. I don't change the name of the trophy. I was like, yo, they name it like, I don't know, coming home soon or something to Detroit. And you immediately responded and you were like, he hasn't even done the draft yet. Like they're gonna eat in the draft. That's what Brad does. And
Yeah.
it's like, dang, you're right. Like, bro, that's where he eats, and yet free agency, they're killing it.
Yep.
Like I see all that free agency stuff too, where they're talking about like who won free agency, and the majority of entries is like the Chiefs because they got Brown. It's like, bro, or it's Pittsburgh, which by the way, no
He's
hate
not
to
even
Russell
good.
Wilson, but it's not, yo,
Wait,
Russell
Pittsburgh
Wilson.
got a win for
Chat.
offseason acquisitions?
Chat, put a one if you've seen people say Pittsburgh has had the best offseason, bro. This was literally, I saw the headline today on ESPN. It was everywhere that they had the best free agency, dog. They literally have Russell Wilson and Justin Fields. I'm like, bro, those are not good quarterbacks. Just because you added two
I'm about to look it up
quarterbacks
on my
is
phone
not
right now.
look it up, bro. They did a show on it today. I was like, no way, dog. This is crazy. Hey, I appreciate you. I was like, bro, that's the
I'm
stuff
looking
that
up
you
right now.
see. So when they like immediately are like, oh, Packers above the Lions, I'm like, what are we even basing this
Well,
on?
well, you know, no. I
Our
mean,
free
they
agency's been
I
awesome.
liked what they did, and with McKinney, they didn't like what
Yes.
they did with Jacobs. I think Jones was just as valuable as Jacobs, if not more, if you take away the injuries. But Jacobs
Jones
has some
scares
injury
me
history
more.
too.
Jones scares me more, bro. We look, we
Yes.
played Josh Jacobs. We can stop the run.
Yeah.
Jones scares me because you have to find a weird matchup for him all the time. If he's out there, it's hard to match that guy. Jacobs don't give me that fear.
He's got that quick speed off the hip, these tackles too. Like when he's running the outside, like Jones,
Bro,
he's
let me
tough.
say this too. I was thinking about this today because all the Packers stuff. I literally thought about it today, and I was like, man, one of the biggest issues when we lost to Green Bay, we talked about was like the guard play was bad.
Yes.
And I'm like, man, Kevin Zeitler, like I need to watch him play Green Bay,
yeah.
but like he's an upgrade over both our guards in pass protection from what we've seen. You not put him in there, like if we don't have awful pass protection between Kode and Graham Glasgow, or Glasgow has his worst game, like 9 pressures. Kode was awful in that game. If you have like a really good, even if one of your guards just played really well and the other one's like kind of, middling, which Graham was the first time we played him,
Yeah.
that game looks completely different, man. Because as we know, it's like if you don't let Goff get pressure in his face,
Yeah.
you're in trouble, bro. We just have too many options. I mean, if you're getting in his face over and over, we can have problems if we can't run the football. But if you're not though, bro, it's gonna be a problem. We're gonna put up a lot of points, and he's gonna be super efficient. He's just gonna go ahead.
No, I was saying, especially if they go and grab another freaking like yak guy. Like I like Xavier Leggett just because I feel like he's got that yak. I think we had this conversation. I was like, I like the rack. Like
I
give me
like
that
him
all
too.
day because like
Yeah.
I think that's what JG needs. And if he knows the offense and the receivers running the right route, he's gonna find you at this point now, and it's gonna be dirty. Best offseason for me. I'm just looking at these right now. If anybody put the Steelers or what was the other team you said?
Bro. Chiefs.
Yeah, there's no way they get a better
gonna-
offseason grade than the Texans.
Right, bro. I'm gonna show it to you. I saw it today. It's like,
That's
way,
awful.
dog. I was like, no way, bro. This is the type of stuff that's out there.
Honestly, the Ravens should be up there too.
Yeah, that was a
Having
big
Henry
move.
and keeping Matabuke.
That was a big move. Yeah, getting him back was. I didn't know they do that either.
They did lose a lot of offensive linemen though. The Bears actually kind of had a.
I think they did okay. I thought they had a lot of signings that were kind of just eh. They had a
I
lot
like
of just
Gerald
average
Everett.
signings.
I still like Swift. I'm not gonna lie. I know people kind of polarizing on him because he didn't do much for us, but. And then who am I missing? Keenan Allen. Like, that's nice.
There you go.
All right, let's see. Oh, these guys, come on.
Bro, I saw that. I was like,
That's all I see. It was those, and then, and I like
I'm not gonna
Shin.
play it.
Like that's ESPN. They gotta do that stuff. Like
yeah, that's crazy, dog. That's crazy. One game. Hey, I'm telling you, bro, it was bad. If that is different, it'd be a whole different game. You think Xavier Howard would take a prove it deal? I think Easy knows more about Howard than I do.
no, I don't know much about him. To be honest with you.
Okay.
I mean, I looked into him a little bit, but I'm not like.
But that kind of signing doesn't feel like it makes sense right now for us.
No, no. Oh, what website is this? CBS gave Lions B plus, and that's before Zettler.
It's like after the Zeitler move though, like, and I'm trying to take all my bias out of this, to be honest.
Yeah.
Where did we get worse in free agency?
Not a single bro. Look at this team. You would come in this offseason, you said, okay, the defensive line and secondary. It's literally the same team that went to the NFC Conference Championship. They got better on the defensive line and secondary. Like we didn't lose. What did we lose? Josh Reynolds?
Because Jonah didn't even play in that. That's the only guy that's not, and he's not even signed yet. Josh is the only guy, and Jonah didn't play in the playoffs. So to your point, it's like it is the exact same team because you can't say you lost Jonah. It's like we didn't have him.
And then okay, you want to bring up Chauncey Gardner-Johnson? He didn't play this season. He didn't play the entire season. Like so, like I just. And I think everyone's kind of giving us our due credit now. While like, if anybody said that we had a bad offseason, it's kind of just crazy because you look at the team that went to the NFC Conference Championship game, grabbed not even arguably the best corner that would. Carlton Davis is the best corner of the team. Amik Robinson, I think he hasn't even blossomed yet to like what he could be, especially with like AG in them. Get year two of Branch, DJ Reader. Oh my God, yeah, like there's just like. Defensive line and corner was the stuff we wanted to address. That's the stuff we were crying about. And they didn't lose anybody. It only added great pieces, good pieces, really good pieces.
Yeah.
You want to not say great? Fine. Carlton Davis still really good. DJ Reader, top 10 at the nose tackle position, in my opinion.
It's non-negotiable that the players that we added at those key positions are better than what we had. Like you can't even make an argument that Zeitler's not an upgrade at guard. You can't make I had the stat. I don't know if you saw it. Zeitler allowed a 3% pressure rate this last season. I think Graham was over 6. Jonas at like 5.5. He allowed a 3.3% this past season. So just that alone is like, yeah, that's what he's going to bring here. But so you have that, and then DJ Reader. There's no one even that was close last season. Not only did we not really lose anybody outside like Benito Jones, but like DJ Reader is by far the best interior defense line now we have next to Liam. And cornerback. I mean, like it would have been hard not to, but he's like by far better than anything we had.
Yeah, and the other thing too, like also how Brad did it, like very cheap, very frugal. All these guys, like Jonah, who like you said wasn't even in the NFC Conference Championship game last year, was like I think I looked it up today. He's making like $13 million this year, AAV 17. You're paying Graham Glasgow and Zettler combined 12. You know what I'm saying?
That's nasty, dude.
And Zettler, by the way, is an upgrade, just flat out an upgrade, and more reliable and available.
Right. He's more available than Jonah Jackson, which is nuts. But throw the age thing, he is.
Yeah. No, Brad probably, if I'd have grayed out the offseason, I probably, maybe I'm biased in this. I really don't think I am, though. But yeah, I think the way he did it, A+. Right?
I don't see what I don't know. I can't see anything. I can't poke holes in anything that he did because, like you said, he did it the way he did it, which is we still didn't go crazy and give out. We didn't go sign Trey Flowers. We didn't do none of that. We just do exactly what we've done for years. We still have the 10th most cap space, following the same plan that we continue to follow. So it's not like we're out of money now. We still have tons of money to spend. So they'll have a lot of flexibility, like you said, when players pop up later down the road. And the only thing you could say is that, well, he traded away picks. That's the only thing that you could say. But if I just laid out to you, if I said, well, that third round pick, we're going to take a corner. Is he going to be more helpful for us this year than Carlton Davis? You say absolutely not.
By the way, too, it was the back half of the third round.
One. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So they moved up in the third. And then that's when like your comp picks start kicking in too. Like, bro, we're that is completely fine. Like I'm not gonna get that third round pick. Broderick Martin was what third round pick last year. Hardly saw the field. Like there's more value. Carlton Davis, who also restructured his deal. 14 wasn't even hurting you like that. And in a modern era where like they're getting 17, 20. You know.
That's actually very true. I didn't even think about that. You could just throw Broderick Martin's comp in there. He didn't really play. Yeah. I mean, Ali McNeil did, but he was a much higher third round pick. So that'd have been a little bit different. But even Ali McNeil wasn't the same. Yeah, he was in the same year one. Too. I mean, we had Brockers, we had some vets in there at that time. So like you wouldn't have got that piece year one. So it's like they found the balance between staying to this is a long-term build because we could still extend these guys and they're still young enough that you can do it, but also the balance of we're still making win now moves because these guys, if they play, they're gonna help us. And the biggest one was cornerback. And I'll say this, and I'm just gonna end with something fiery, I guess, on the way out. Cornerback to me, I know we talked about Sandbacker, those things. Cornerback to me was like, in my opinion, when you really step back and look at it, by far a much bigger need than another pass rusher. me, it wasn't even like comparable. It's like the impact
Yeah.
that a big time pass rusher can make versus the impact that a great corner can make on the outside. I don't think are comparable. I think that completely shakes up everything that we've seen because we haven't seen that versus
Yeah.
a great edge rusher on the opposite side where it's like, bro, we got pressure last season. We couldn't get to the quarterback. Like, regardless of how you get it, if you have the third highest pressure rate, you should be really noticing that. And fans don't even notice that, seemingly. They don't notice that we can get pressure. It's because we're not finishing the play because we can't cover anybody.
Yeah.
Like the amount of times I see like the thoughts that, like, your lines can't get pressure. It's like, bro, well, we are one of the highest pressure rate teams. Blitz or not, you're still getting to the quarterback. You have to be able to you have to be able to get him down at one point. And it's like when you don't have any cornerback play, you can't do that.
Yeah, that's the conversation I had too with Spinney a few weeks back. Because like they're on the edge rushers, and like I get it, like it's sexy, right? But like the best team we saw before like this Dan Campbell team was like Dom Sue, Nick Fairley, like these big guys in the middle. I value that more because I feel like that creates edge rushing opportunities. Like Jason Jones wasn't like a household name, but he did fairly well here in Detroit. Ziggy Ansah, I think probably more so due to health than anything else, but he balled here in Detroit like almost right away as a very inexperienced guy in the game because of that interior stuff, and that's what we grabbed. And then how about this, Dion? DJ Reader, Super Bowl. He didn't win it, but played in it, right? Super Bowl experience. Carlton Davis, Super Bowl ring, right? Zettler, was he with the Bengals when they went? I don't know. I'm trying to find out right now.
He was with the Giants and the Ravens, so I don't think so.
Okay.
He's been on playoff runs, that's for sure.
He was with Cincy. What doesn't make sense? This can't be.
He looking to get there. He's in that. And honestly, he's one of those moves that I know we talked about. Like this could be like that ring chaser signing kind of deal. Yeah. It works out perfectly because he's a starter, but he kind of fits that category of like he can kind of ring chase a little bit here because he's been trying to do that, I think. And he knows that the Lions can compete. So I think it was probably an easy decision for him. Like, I'm not going to anything. I'm going to a team with more opportunity because they got further. This team has shown more upside to get further in the playoffs than the Ravens have.
All day. I fucking love Brad Holmes.
Bro, if Davenport's healthy, dog, I'm telling you, this is my early prediction. Davenport will be re-signed and extended after the season.
I feel like he's like the defensive end version of Jeff Okudah. Oh, he was actually taken way later. Like actually, you know what? No, he's actually produced in some limited fashions.
I had a graphic, and I wanted to share it with you because I know he's had like limited snaps. So what you're saying makes sense.
Yeah.
But there is a graphic that I think is important because he didn't play with Minnesota, so it leaves a bad taste. But I think it works perfectly for us because the void year money that they ended up giving to Marcus Davenport was massive. Like they gave him a big 1-year deal. It's kind of like what we did to Chark, but even further than that. Yeah, and he didn't play. Like he had an ankle, he just did not play. And it was like, why didn't he play? So there would be concerns about that. But since they have a relationship with him, I'm not really concerned about it because I just assume that they trust the player. If they had concerns, they wouldn't have signed him. But if I had let me get it pulled up right here. I put the numbers together. And I think my bad. I was going to say Jonathan Greenard, right? That was someone that, because you brought up did he intrigue you a little bit as a free agent this offseason?
He did. And actually, low-key, just a little side note, I think for
here you go.
Who's the defensive coordinator over there in Minnesota? I can't think of his name. Flores, yeah. I think that was great pickups for what he likes to run.
I think so too. I think they did well in free agency. I think they had the strongest free agency outside of us. So I agree with you there. All right. So look at this, Easy. Let me actually do it like this. Those are his pressure percentages per pass rush, like his pressure rate.
Read to me because I got the computer screens all the way over here.
Okay. So 2022. So if you go back, because last year was such a small sample size. So if you go back just the year before, he 34 pressures at a 12% pressure rate. I want just to give context to this, and it searched a lot of chats heard this. Last season, Jonathan Greenard in that 14-sack season was at 11.8%. Yeah. And then you go back every year, it's 14.3, 13.65, 15.4. So he's been consistently productive whenever he's been on the field, and he's been a really good run defender. Aiden Hutchinson last season was at 16%. So he's not on that level, but he is, as a pressure player, on a higher level than what the guy's best season was in just terms of like when he's out there, is he getting pressure? Absolutely. So, and those are only pass rush snaps. That doesn't count run defensive snaps.
I like it. Is it like 13, like 12, 13, like the threshold for like
I actually don't know. Guys? Probably. I mean, probably because Greenard's probably like, he's tapping on that, right? He's like knocking on the door of that. So it probably makes sense. So when you see those numbers, it's like, bro, it's not even like he's had injuries and things, but it's like when he's on the field, he's been awesome every single year with New Orleans. He was pretty much awesome whenever he was on the field.
I think with him too, and I mean, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I just like I think his ability to crash down, like even like a little bit in the run game too.
Yes,
He's a big body MF.
he's like
I don't think people like this run defense got, if he can stay healthy at least, they got way better.
bro. No, he is.
It was
He's
already
like
number 2 in the league, by the way, but they were selling out for it.
absolutely. And since they got here, right, it was always like, okay, so just stop the run, add players to stop the run. And now over the last 2 years, they just keep investing in that, and the run defense is just taking off with it. And it's
Yeah.
like we still can see glaring holes. So now I'm just like super fun to see what that's going to look like. But yeah, no, Market Davenport was a good run defender, and he's a complete opposite of Hutchinson. Like he's a like you said, he's a force. That dude just runs through people.
Like, it's on the channel I was telling you about, and maybe I'll send you the video, but maybe it might be the Ravens, or it was a fairly prominent running back, but DJ Reader also like plays like sideline to sideline. He's actually like fairly athletic for as big as he is. Like I didn't realize from a baseball player, kind of like similarly McNeil, where like they can get to moving and they can cover some ground. Like they'll pursue an angle, and obviously that's something that Dan Campbell and them love anyway. They want you to try all out, but not only does it fill gaps, eat blocks, but he also like plays the run intensely. You just talk about Davenport too. I think specifically about the Christian McCaffrey touchdown in the 49ers game, but I just don't know if that happens with this team. You know.
Yep. No, you watch play San Fran, you watch play Cleveland. Like he had to play Cleveland multiple times, so he had to deal with that. It seems like to get wide, man. He could deal with it, bro. Like there's limitations. Like sorry if you're reading it. There's limitations. He's trying to get like way outside, but like, nah, bro. He can get over gaps. And that's all you're asking him to do. He's going from A to A for the most part. That's all you gotta do. Just get from A to A, man.
Am I? Go ahead.
Good. No, go ahead. I was just reading chat.
Well, I was just gonna say, because am I go ahead and read them actually, because they go ahead and read their stuff.
My man says Davenport is a dark horse in free agency. No one is giving this guy an ounce of credit. I don't think Brad Holmes would have signed him. Did not think he could produce. My man, another easy. Detroit is all about redeeming yourself. Davenport will fit in well here. All 22 film on DJ Reader is stunning on the breakdowns.
Oh, dude, you gotta watch it, Dion. You gotta watch it. You'll see the play I'm talking about. Gets me going. But I was gonna ask, am I being picky when it comes to Darius Robinson? Like, because I guess like he could set the edge. Yeah, I don't know. Am I being too picky, wanting him to be like more of a pass rush guy?
No, I think the questions with him is how deep is the bag? You know, like what can we actually do here? Because I thought the way that he won, I thought he would win in a lot of similar ways, kind of over and over. The issue is with me, and I think you're probably seeing the same thing, is like he didn't show a lot of inside, like not rushing around the interior, but like on the edge, being able to win the interior. Like was his tackle sets deeper or wider? It's like, can he get inside the tackle and actually win? He didn't really show much of that at all. It was a lot of like he's winning on the edge, or he'll drive you back into the pocket. But it's like, can he win inside? So I think there's questions about that. And you question because I don't think his agility's that good. You know, he's a defensive tackle that popped outside. So it's like there could always be limitations there if you're going to keep him at edge. But I think he's really good at what he's good at, and he picked it up fast. I think he's like real consistent as positioning as a run defender too. It's just like there could be caps. I think to your point, there could be caps on his ceiling of like how deep can he get as a pass rusher? Like there could be caps to it.
I have to rewatch again, but like there's times, I think it was number 15 for Mizzou that kept popping for me. But now that I'm thinking about that, maybe he was popping and doing well because Darius was just holding the fort or something, you know. But he still led sacks for them, like 7.5 or whatever.
Yeah, he did. He had 7.5 this last year.
Yeah, Darius Robinson, you muted. And to the point that my burner made, Easy Does It, shout out. I talked about this on the show today, and it kind of spur of the moment. But because I was thinking about it on the way I started this new job at Ford. If you guys need a car, hit me up. But
okay,
it's like Brad Holmes, man, because this is such a masterful offseason, and I was just like, kind of like in awe of it all, really, on the drive home, or the drive into work today, and I was like, I forgot. You know, I'm pretty sure you might know this. He started fresh out of college working at a car rental place, Enterprise Rent a Car. Brad Holmes did. And like it's crazy to like keep your hopes and dreams and like whatever like you're aspiring to be like at that point in your life. It's not just becoming a general manager, but like one of the best in the league. So like, I was watching it because I posted that it was the video of him screaming in an elevator. And there's a reason why he's so fucking passionate like that. It's because this dude fucking like just never gave up on that. and like he truly like loves this shit. He like lives for this shit. And then it's kind of like all the way down to like the rest of the team too. Like he signs these guys in these 2-year kind of prove it deals, like Easy does it said. That's why I made me think of this. As like, yeah, because Brad proved it to himself. Like, that's how he established himself as like a successful guy. So it's like you can look at it as him being cheap, but he also knows when your back's against that wall, like you're gonna be scrappier than ever. That's when you're most dangerous. You're a quartered animal, you know. I don't know.
Ooh, I like that. I like that. Okay, that's a good little breakdown.
Yeah, but did you know that about Brad? He started at Enterprise Rent-A-Car.
Yeah,
Crazy.
I
Like,
knew that from
there
his
should be a
wiki
movie
page.
about this guy. To be honest, like that's insane.
You should. I'd
He
watch
become
it.
one of the best general managers of the National Football League. Like,
Yeah.
people bought a car from that guy or rented a car from that guy. I think he's just a fucking schmuck. You know, and it's like, wait, that guy sold me my car. He's the general manager of the Detroit Lions. Like, it's, I don't know. I have a true appreciation for Brad Holmes and what he's done, like life in general. It's kind of impressive.
Yeah, Brad Holmes. I saw that video recently too. Like 2 days ago, I saw that one where he's screaming in the elevator. No one else is. He's like the only guy that's yelling in the elevator.
Someone quote tweeted it and pointed out how awkward like Chris Spielman felt. Like, the face he was making. I was like, I feel like Chris Spielman's just naturally an awkward guy though too.
Yeah, he might be a little naturally awkward. I mean, look, man, like, nah, you're right though. Brad Holmes was out there after we beat Kansas City on the field, high fiving fans.
Yeah, man. I mean, he's just happy to be there. He's just living up his dream.
Yeah,
to the fullest, right? He's trying to do the whole damn thing.
Chris Spielman's been there, man. He's already done like more. Like he's like, I don't know what he does exactly, but I know he's involved. But you're right. Like this is Brad Holmes' peak, and it was like under the radar GM. We hired him too. Yeah, he's like he's right where he wanted to be. Now that's sweet. That's a good little story. Easy, broke that down.
I was
so now we know why the 1-year deals are happening. Okay.
Yeah,
didn't know.
I have another theory with that one, but I can't say it. I'll text
okay. That one's a little. All right.
I've already said it before, but I just don't want to get myself in trouble.
Okay. Okay. What about Michael Thomas? Hey, chat.
No.
He wasn't feeling Michael Thomas. So I would just say this though. I'm not counting out Josh Reynolds still returning.
I mean, I guess there's a relationship there, the same way there was with CJ between like Dan working on the offense for those guys. Dan Campbell.
Michael Thomas, I don't know. The issue is he's don't know if he's gonna be healthy. So it's like, all right, I signed him and then I still got to draft somebody.
I just think he's so overrated, bro.
Man,
like grossly overrated.
Easy hates Michael Thomas. Yeah, he hates him, bro.
The slant guy. He was nicknamed that by Carlton Davis, Slant Boy.
Yeah, okay. Well, I don't want Slant Boy then. I mean, if that's what Carlton Davis thinks, I don't want that guy either. But I'm gonna say,
you like him?
I don't know. Like, I haven't really sat down and watched Michael Thomas. So I don't really know. I have no idea.
He's so overrated.
And I remember him getting called that, but I don't know.
Dude, he's just a product of the system. He had Drew Brees, who was like one of the most accurate quarterbacks of all time. You run a slant. I mean, he's getting phenomenal at the slant. Like he is. But I don't know. I think he's a little bit of a diva. He doesn't do much after the slant. Well, let me look at his stats. He did have a fucking crazy year that year.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He set records. I mean, with receptions, right? He had like 180 or something.
Yeah, but he also never returned to that 149 and 1,700 yards, 9 touchdowns.
Yeah, he hasn't been that since. I mean, last year he had 448 yards, 82 pass rating with targeted. They had a kind of a quarterback mess, though. He must have missed some time last year. Year before that, I mean, he had 16 receptions. Year before that, didn't play. Year before that, 40 receptions. And then the year before that was his breakout. So it just hasn't been there since. Not to say it can't be, but
yeah.
Been there.
You know what?
And he's 31 now.
Yeah. Perfect example. Yards per reception in 2019. This is that 1,700 yard year. 11.6 yards per reception. Again, is that not a slant? Is that not literally a slant?
It's true. DJ Chark pushing like 15 to 20, somewhere in that range. This is true.
Josh Reynolds was pushing 15.
This is true. Yeah. I'm sorry, I meant Josh. Yeah, it's true.
Yards at the catch, 3.9. So, that's your 4 steps after you catch that slant, bud.
Man.
I'm going too hard.
Mitchell to Detroit. I like Adonai Mitchell, or Adonai Mitchell. I don't know how you say his name. I like him.
Yeah. A lot of people call him like AD.
AD.
I think it's like his nickname or whatever. But
okay, that makes sense. AD Mitchell. All right.
Hold on here too. Oh no, he plays out wide. He played out wide. All right, yeah, I got going. It's freaking 10:30.
Yeah, no. All right, chat. Hey, we're gonna wrap this thing up, man. Shout out to Easy for joining, chat. If you're joining now,
One more thing. ADOT, average depth of target. This is his 2019 year. Can you see this?
yeah, I can kind of see it.
Hold
A little
on.
bit the other way.
I'll just read to you.
All right.
I'll just give you the average in the year. Average in the year was 8.2. Slant God.
It sounds like a slant.
I could go week by week if you want, real quick.
It kind of sounds like a slant
at that point.
It did kind of sound like a slant at 8.2. I ain't gonna lie, that 8-yard slant, bro. Hey, chat, look, man.
Sorry, I'll let it go.
Hey, he's a level 1 target, man. You're gonna eat it up underneath.
All right, let's just do this. Okay. Sorry, I'll stop. I'm done.
No, you're good. You're good. I mean, does he have the rack though? You said no. So if you don't have that, then I'm really not interested.
So 2020, he played 7 games the following year. After that, no games in 21. He played 3 games in 22. And last year he played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 games. Unless it's a vet minimum, I'm so straight.
Okay.
Sorry, I let it go.
ADP, do you find that in Reader's Digest? Hey, chat. Okay, so hey, man, we're gonna wrap this up. Again, go back if you're just joining now. Appreciate y'all joining, man. The chat's been awesome tonight. You can go back a little bit. We did our mock draft. Even if you just want to see the end results, are on there. We had a nice little discussion about the Lions pick, so go to that one. That's pretty awesome. We're probably gonna do more of these. I mean, we'll figure them out off camera. It might be some mock draft Tuesdays, but I know this, and I'll say this. I definitely want to do some Lions ones with Easy, so hopefully we can make that happen. Just Lions alone. But this was kind of the start, man. We said this was draft week, so here we are. Keep it up, guys. Subscribe to both of you. Appreciate you. I'm trying to make the draft. Also, not sure yet. Yeah, well, when I kind of get figured out what I'm gonna exactly be doing for that, I'll let y'all know. I'll keep y'all updated. So, because I would love to do like some form of like, hey, I'm gonna be here. If y'all want to say what's up.
You know what? Maybe we do that first round. I got from your end. I don't know if I could share my screen. But I say I could finish up the Lions picks on like my end. Like I'll just mimic your picks. I don't know, that doesn't really make sense.
Wait, what are you talking about? Are you talking about the real draft or are you talking about?
No, I'm saying like we could like on our draft Tuesdays or draft whatever days we end up picking. Like we'll do the 1 through 32 and then we'll just like finish out the rest, like just the Lions. Like does that make sense?
Oh, I hear you. Okay, no, that makes sense. I'm not mad at that. If you want to do that, I mean, we can go as long as you want to go. So I got you.
Well, I'm gonna drive home.
Yeah. Hey, hey, we'll see y'all again soon, man. Romeo Cora retired, I guess. I didn't know that, but now I do. So wishing the best for him. Was there anything else I need to? I don't think so, man. If you go back to the beginning, we tapped on some of the salary cap updates as well as Kevin Zeitler is officially a Lion. So we'll leave it there, man. Draft is free, just not like the inner circle. That's like hard. I mean, it's like impossible to get in that dang thing. They did, I think, post it on X though, so you can apply, try to get in there. But it's like to get into the inner circle. I think they posted on X, but it's like
inner circle.
Let me double check. But it's like, but yeah, no, the draft is free. Like you can go out there. They just block off the inside. The outside, anybody can get into. It's just you're standing at the outside. So that's why, Chad, that's why I want to have something set up because otherwise you're just going to be standing there for hours. And I'm just letting people know, to be honest, you will stand there 4 hours trying to get up towards the gate because there will be hundreds of thousands of people just standing there. And if you're not near the front, you won't be able to see. But then if you move, you will get pushed out. So that's why I'm looking at this is like I want to figure out an opportunity to maybe be like, hey, yo, we're going to be at this spot maybe a couple hours before the draft. Y'all want to say what's up? We can talk draft, whatever, like in person, and we'll figure it out from there. But like the whole meetup at just standing around the draft is going to be a mess. All right.
Yeah.
If you go on the Lions X page, it says want a front row seat. Visit DetroitLions.com/inner-circle. That is your opportunity to get in. And I'll let y'all know they pick a small amount of people. I mean, I think they're saying they're taking like 10 this year, and that's it. Those are the only people that are going to get inside, unless like someone said you pay like $2,800. So I know at Vegas they had side seats that you could pay for, and you could sit there. But I believe they were insanely expensive, and I think a lot of big groups and stuff just paid them out. So you can do that, or the inner circle they select like a handful of people. That's it. Otherwise, it is just a mess of people. So if you're planning on getting up there, get there early. Go to the bathroom, get your food, and then walk towards the front where you can see. Also, I would say this. If you're not going to stay the entire time, but you want to be there because I know at Vegas they had concerts afterwards, it's fine, I think, to dip and then come back towards the end. It does start to kind of peel off, but there is still, I mean, we were there at Vegas. I'm not kidding. It got dark. You couldn't see, bro, the end of the sea of people. It was insane. It was down to a Ferris wheel, which was like probably a couple miles. I mean, it was insane. So they usually do some sort of performance afterwards. Like at Vegas, they did one every night, which is cool. So you can always go there. It's always free. You can go there and like listen. They'll have speakers and stuff, I'm sure. But yeah, if you want a good view, you'll have to get there early and just stand there and wait. It's tragic, but that's what it is. So I would apply, but I'm just saying it's really hard to get into the inside, and it's super unlikely. So that's why I'm going to be aiming to do some outside of that, where it's like, yo, we'll be here. You know, maybe drafts at night, 1 p.m. I'll be at this park. Go over there, bro. We'll say what's up. We could talk draft, and then we may end up just streaming it because I can't really do anything from just standing on the outside and a mess of people. You know, you guys won't be able to hear me or anything. When is the draft? April 25th. So how many months? Yeah, April 25th through the 27th. So yeah, it's a mess, bro. I'll let y'all know more if you guys have any more questions from what I know. But Easy, you good?
I'm good.
All
Appreciate
right.
you for having me. We'll do.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You got some words of wisdom?
Oh God! Why you always do this to me? I've never. I should be prepared by now.
You should have got up and left, bro. You should.
Yeah, I should did. I think I said this before. Don't give up. Look at Brad Holmes.